panel party. Country's falling apart and we're having a party. Can you hear me?
What's up?
What's up? I didn't hear what I said. Country's falling apart and we're having a panel party.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because we're not Democrats or Republicans, we're Americans.
Yeah, we're Americans.
I'm really a Trumpian, but I don't want to say that and get your channel removed permanently from YouTube. And I know that already my travel is restricted. I can go to the kitchen and back, and that's it. So I'm not allowed out of my home now because I'm a danger to society.
Hey, Jam. Hey, Tyrannical Spirit.
Hey, Tyrannical. Hey, B.
Tyrannical, you want to come up here and sing a song for us?
Yeah.
We're having a party. We're having a party. Where's the link?
I don't know.
I could put the link in the chat.
Yeah.
I can put the link in the chat.
Yeah, we have to call him either Ty or TS. Is his new
we're gonna call you Ty because Tyrannical Spirit is too long. But if you want to come up and sing,
it's too long.
You're welcome. Because it's a tongue twister.
My favorite thing about you is you're so blunt. Mornings are overrated. You say morning. I can't say good morning because there's no chance that it's going to be good. I'm just saying.
I'm going to take my camera off.
Vegan.
I didn't realize my camera was on.
You're cute. Shut up.
I look like shit.
What you doing this morning, cutie patootie?
Jamie. How are you, Jamie? As misbehaving. Have you been getting into some misbehaving activities this morning? Have you been misbehaving?
Yes, I have.
Uh-oh.
I love you, B.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we love you.
Sup, 80s?
Let me show you a little bit of what goes on in our Discord. And how boring it really is. So
we don't have private rooms, but we do get thrown into other rooms when we get told to leave because we're talking politics. Just saying.
Yeah. Or conspiracy theories. Oh
my
God.
Grown-ups. We're such grown-ups that we have a newsroom where you can go and talk about those kind of things when you know other people don't really want to hear them and it hurts their feelings and it hurts their hearts. So you go in there to talk about things. You don't have to lock anybody out. They're just not going to come in there because they know what you're talking about. It's groovy. It's like real grown-up shit.
I'll tell you all the rooms we have. We have photo room.
Hey, Marcus.
Where we play. Where's Marcus?
Marcus is Tyrannical Spirit. He talks to himself first.
So. Oh, Marcus. He told you first. I'm jealous. Hey, Marcus. Okay, I remember that. And Vegan Realist is Jamie. So I knew that before you.
Jamie. That's because I disappeared.
A lot of people don't like to say their real names on here. Like I really don't care. But Jamie has said his real name on his channel. So. Plus, he's come in here on his real name.
Oh, the names I just wanted to say that were mine. That were not.
Before I gave him a wrench in here, I had to hide all his comments. Every time he made a comment in here, I'd have to show it.
That was crazy.
But did Ty answer or Marcus answer the question about playing?
He's got pneumonia.
Oh, that's right. He does have pneumonia.
So, I'm sorry. Prayers for Marcus.
Will you do it someday, though? Uh-oh. Will you do it someday?
He will. He'll sing my song. Hey, Mariska.
Hello, Mariska. Why are we being so quiet? Don't know.
My mouth is getting me in trouble lately.
You mean your fingers? You're gonna have to wash your hands with soap.
Wait, what have you been doing with your fingers? Do I want to know? I don't. Maybe
on my page, I'm John. On your page, you're John. Well, what should we call you, Marcus or John? I don't know. I'm all mixed up now.
At my hooker job, I'm Sparkles.
I'm going to call him Marcus John.
Marcus John.
Well, that's John Marcus. I like John Marcus better.
Nobody's going to address my hooker job.
I like Ty. You know why? Ty is my grandson's name. It's Ty.
And it's not a complete dog.
Just my God.
Yeah. You're not going to address my hooker job? That's fine.
your hooker job.
You know, I could use the publicity.
Wait. I got a comment in about your picture in chat and misdemeanor from Ben Ashworth. He said to tell you that he thinks your picture is sexy or beautiful or something like
I
that.
love Ben Ashworth. Where has he been?
In here.
Wait. Why did Marissa comment get deleted?
Yeah. Did she say something wrong? Yeah, we
Did you
don't.
get
we
up
don't
here,
do that.
Jen? No,
Yeah,
she just said much love to you all.
Yeah, we don't do that. Mariska's the one stalking. Oh goodness.
Okay, well, don't do that here.
Well, you know what you can do? You can like
Block her
block her.
for yourself.
Stalking
Not
you.
not in the channel. Block her yourself.
Yeah, block her and you won't see her.
Because I'll be really honest. Ooh, we're echoing. Is that me?
Ooh.
It's not. I don't hear any echoing.
I hear an echo. Ooh, it's you, B.
Okay, here we go.
You got to mute one of your devices.
Okay, what's going on? The rules on my channel is, okay, if you're having a problem with someone, they're stalking you or whatever, you have to block them personally, because unless they're saying something like nasty in my chat, we don't block people here.
Right. And and understand too, Ty, that sometimes when people are nasty, is that me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go out. I'll be right back.
It's nothing against you.
Yeah, nothing against you, but just, I mean, she didn't say anything.
She didn't say anything bad. She didn't like. All she said was, "Oh," and when that happened, oh, I don't know.
Hi, Tori.
Now
It
let
might
me
be
see.
me.
Do you
Hang
have
on.
anything else open?
I don't.
I still hear an echo, but it's
Okay,
different.
wait a minute. Maybe it's me, honey. Hold on.
If you can like leave other devices open, but you have to mute them.
If you have YouTube on or anything.
I do, but I have it muted.
That's weird.
Here, let me go out and come back.
Okay.
It's okay, Ty. It's okay.
Dum da dum dum. Nope, still hear it.
I'm gonna shut off.
Okay, is it?
Nope,
I shut it off. Is it gone?
I don't know. No, I still hear me.
Okay.
Still hear it.
I don't have anything on.
I don't either.
Okay, hold on. I think I know what it is.
This has happened. I don't think it's.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim. I'm still getting like.
Oh boy.
Hold on. I think I know what it is.
You have something going.
Come up, Jim.
Nope. I've closed all that.
Should I leave and come
I
back?
can hear
Try.
something in the background.
Yeah, leave and come back in.
Okay.
No, it's still echoing really bad.
Okay, now, yeah, I don't hear it now.
I don't hear anything
So
either.
I think she's got something else open.
That's weird how that happens.
It drives me crazy.
It's okay, Ty. I mean, it's okay. I just, the thing with my chat is it's kind of an open chat. It is an open chat. There's only certain people that are blocked in here, and we let people talk. If they're not being disrespectful, we allow them in here. Now, if you have a problem with the person, what we ask you to do is block that person so you don't see them. I'm just lurking while I'm eating. Oh, okay. Okay. Do you need to see me?
A couple of things about wrenches while we're on this topic. Sometimes Carla will give people a wrench to protect them if there are people that are stalking them. But that's just so that if another person has a wrench, that maybe your stalker or what have you, that you're protected from that. Ooh, why is it doing that?
I don't know. Are you sure you don't have a phone or something on?
I have nothing else.
That's weird.
No,
That's bizarre.
it's really weird.
I don't know. So there's that. Then also too, to allow people to speak freely unless they're being really nasty to other people. Sometimes they kind of show their booties.
Yeah.
Good plan. Have her blocked.
Yeah.
And she can also block you.
You will see her comments if you are a wrench in here.
Okay, let me go all the way out and come back in. I'll be right back.
That's
Just
the only
ignore
problem.
it. Just ignore it.
That's the only problem with having a wrench in a chat is that you see all the comments. And I don't discriminate. I give everybody wrenches sometimes and I take them away. They're not anything like against anybody. But I have a lot of wrenches on my channel.
Okay.
High Life with Jen.
Okay.
Come up, honey.
Okay. Yeah, Jen.
What's it doing now?
We're having a
I don't think it's doing anything. I don't hear anything.
I hear you echoing.
I hear a little slight echo. I hear a lot of echo.
Oh my gosh.
Let me check my phone and make sure I don't have anything on. Nope, everything's closed on the phone. And I don't have a tablet.
It's really bad when you talk. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's got something running in the background.
My phone is off now.
Okay.
Okay.
I have nothing.
Now it's better.
No, there's no echo.
I think it was your phone.
It might have been your phone.
Sorry, guys.
There's no echo at all. Yeah,
Excuse me.
it's your channel, Carla. Do what you want. Yeah. I just don't want to piss anybody off. I don't want anybody to feel, upset or triggered or, but if someone's not being disrespectful in a chat, we don't. We, as a rule, do not block them unless there's certain people that we just don't want in here because they're, in other chats talking about us and stuff like that. And that's my right as a channel owner. Hi,
Rocky.
Hey, Rocky.
It's doing it again. I have PTSD now.
Do you have a phone on?
Nope. It's better. It quit. What are you doing, Carla?
I'm not doing anything.
Now it's doing it again.
I don't know. You guys fucked up my channel.
Both hands on top of the desk, Carla. Okay.
I am not doing anything. I am not touching anything. Now I'm getting an echo again. Jesus. What the hell?
We're in echo chamber.
We're in can you guys hear it in the chat? Press one.
Is it done now?
I think it's better now. B, did you do
I
it?
didn't say anything.
Yes, I did something again.
You just want a spanking, don't you?
You see, this is okay, guys. I just hear myself.
B, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I did it. I have my phone is completely turned off. The only
what
thing
she's doing?
on my
She's watching
computer
other
is
channels. She's watching other channels. And she talk to us. See, what I do in our Discord is I'll leave sometimes and I'll go watch a different channel and I'll get.
You know what? Oh, B, you may need headphones or earbuds.
Yeah, earbuds will help.
Maybe
I don't have any.
Epic fail.
I'm a panel virgin.
We're panel whores. She's a panel virgin. We're breaking our cherry.
Oh my God. Save us.
Tyrannical. You don't have to sing on panel. You can just come up and talk to us.
Hey, life is a gem.
And life is a gem. And Jen,
get your butts up here.
Yeah, get your butts up here. We're full transparency. We're showing everybody in our Discord, and what nasty, horrible, damn, awful people we are.
But they can't see our gifts. We can't do gifts on here.
Oh my God, we do that.
And that's 99. That's 99.9% of our
We
conversation.
talk in gifts. We'll talk in gifts. Instead of like typing things out, we'll just find a GIF and type it out, throw it up.
Carla.
What?
Yeah, someone in our Discord went real life on me and sent me a designer purse. Isn't that
Yeah,
terrible?
right. I know,
Oh,
right?
yeah. She
Yeah.
did go real life.
Oh, there she is. There's the bitch. Oh, limericks. That's the other 5%.
I
of our
went real life on every single person in my Discord.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
I sent every single
I
person
would
in
go
my
for real
Discord
life all
something.
the time.
That's real life.
I'm scared.
Jen,
Carla,
Yeah.
Mike won't read your stuff.
Is that me?
Yes.
I think so.
Because she keeps
What
lighting
happened?
up.
What do I do now?
I don't know.
I don't know. Are you watching something? I
I
keep hearing an echo.
my phone is off. The only thing on my computer is StreamYards. I don't even have YouTube muted.
Huh.
Well, I don't hear it now.
It might have been Jen. She'll come
I
back.
think it was Jen.
She'll come back.
Maybe it's like, because someone told me when you have a certain amount of people on your panel that they need to wear earbuds.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that helps.
listen.
I never had a problem before.
No, I know.
You know what's weird though is I can be on my phone on StreamYards.
I think it's you.
Hi, gorgeous.
I think it's you, Miss D.
But it's not.
Well, when you talk, there's an echo.
I'm just saying.
See?
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen. I'll be right back.
Okay. Are we still echoing?
I
Yeah.
hear no echo. Oh, come on.
Are we still echoing?
What a
We're
shit
still
show.
echoing. Maybe it's me. Let me go out for a minute.
Oh, you're going to leave me by myself. Hi. Oh, my gosh.
How did I get up here?
I don't know. I didn't let you up here. What are you doing here?
I was backstage because it's not me because, okay, I don't hear it now. Do you guys?
I don't know. I'm scared to talk. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
What's up, girlie?
Hey, sweetheart.
Hi, honey.
What's going on? I'm doing it again.
Yeah.
Oh, Plumie says it's you, Miss D.
Okay, what do I need to do, Plumie?
Earbuds?
I have my headphones on.
Oh, then it's not that. You have something on. You have a phone on. Do you have anything else on?
No, I have nothing else on.
Okay.
Like
I don't hear it. Wait,
Oh,
it's not going on.
Yeah. Get me off the stand.
What? You turned your own camera.
I'm new to this.
Turn your own camera on. You turned your own camera on. I don't have that power. Unlike, I
Don't go
have
there.
that. I
Don't
can't
do it.
that. You have to turn your own camera off.
Maybe if I switch to my phone. Let me switch to my phone. Okay.
Okay.
Be right
All right.
Oh,
Oh, my
good.
God.
Goodness gracious.
Okay.
2 days later.
Hey, Jen.
Quit kicking me out.
StreamYards, eat a dick.
Oh, my God. You know what?
Are you going to write a harshly worded letter to StreamYards?
It was just like driving me crazy because it's like I have sensory issues anyway.
Me too,
But,
Carla.
yeah, it was going like nuts.
Auditory issues.
Yeah, and it doesn't happen all the time. Hi, Audra. Happy Hump Day. So now I can.
Hi, Audra.
I only come up when Misty isn't here.
Oh, Lord.
Okay,
I
now
don't want to
what?
make her jealous.
Okay, hang on.
Oh my God, she's a nun now. I
What
thought
is this picture? That's got to go.
Okay,
It's still doing it.
No, but it was doing it even when you weren't here.
So it's not me.
I'm,
Is
I
it
think
something you can deal with, Carla? Or no?
I think it's got to be like either someone needs earbuds or I don't know.
Hang on a second. How do I turn the volume down from the StreamYard side?
I don't know if that will even.
Maybe my volume is too high. Hold
I
on a
don't know.
second. Oh God, I
I
never on
just
my
hear an echo.
computer.
Do you guys all hear an echo or?
Do you have earbuds for your phone, B?
No.
What if you went on StreamYards on your phone without earbuds? Just try it.
Okay.
Shut down the computer
Oh,
and just do phone.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
This is now turned into a tutorial on StreamYards.
Yes, we're
And how-
trying to learn how to do StreamYards because, yeah, we were going to have a hump day party, but it's turned
And
out
how
to be like
not to do a live.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Yes.
I turned
That was
down
it.
my volume on my computer.
Oh, it was. I think that maybe the sound was bouncing off your
I think so.
computer.
I'm sorry. It was pretty loud and I didn't know how to turn it down. Sorry. I'm
Ah,
a boomer.
boomer. You
Just
are a
goes to
boomer.
show you, we have a difficult time in our group just tying our own shoes.
Yeah. Let alone
So-
doing all
I
these
don't.
nefarious things.
All the shenanigans that people
Where
do.
did
Yeah.
Jim go? Life with Jim.
I think she hopped down.
I'm
She
right
did hop
here.
down.
No, the
No,
other
yeah.
life is a gym.
Life is a gym. She hopped. She was up, and she kept saying to me,
Was she?
turn off my camera. I don't have any control. I can't turn your camera on or off. You have to do that yourself." Poor Jim. Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
this is the shit show.
Yeah.
Panel party.
But
Anybody
this is,
can come up if you guys want to come up and just party hard with us. You can.
I'll
come
be right
up.
back. I'm gonna try it on my computer now and see if it fucks it up. Hold on.
Dear God, why
Oh,
not?
okay.
Why? Oh, why did
Good
you want
Lord.
to fuck it up? Oops, did I just say that?
Who said he doesn't want to come up? Who doesn't want to come up? What? Hello?
It's still okay?
Yes. Yahoo! We fixed it.
It
Welcome
was
to
me
the
the whole
shit show.
time. I'm sorry, you guys. I have my
Yeah,
volume
well,
up too high.
wait till we have you in private in Discord. Just wait. It's gonna be a rough day for you.
I'm gonna get a lashing again.
You're gonna get a lashing. Yeah, we're not gonna coddle you this time. We've had enough.
No, we don't coddle you. We're not coddling you, excusing your behavior.
I'm sleep deprived.
And that's not a dig at anyone. That's not a dig. It really isn't.
Wait,
I'm
what
just
isn't a
joking.
dig?
Coddling. The word
I'm
coddling.
offended.
'Cause I've seen that brandied around here and there. This one's coddled and that one's not.
I
No.
want to be coddled.
I do too.
I'll
I want to be swaddled and coddled
swaddle you.
and
Hold me,
diapered and
Carla.
powdered.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
I
Hi.
We fixed the problem.
And I want y'all all to let me take a nap.
I'm
I
a
just wanna-
problem again.
You all to know
Not
this
today.
is half of our Discord right now is on panel.
And then I want to wake up and I want you to hand feed me, Carla. And then I want you to rock me to sleep and pat me on the back till I burp.
I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you. Would not hold my breath if I were you.
I'll have to show you guys my tin house.
Did you make
What?
the Titten House
Oh, your
finished?
kitchen house.
Yes.
Can we share it?
Room
Can we
for
share it?
one.
Can we
Room for
share it
one.
on here? Can we share it?
No.
But
Dad, no.
doesn't he have like more
I
than
want
one
to dox
kitchen
the
outside?
tittens.
You want to dodge the kitten?
What's up, Sue?
Isn't there more than one outside?
Yeah.
I mean, not to
But there's-
expose your dad as the cat man, but I'm just cat man dude.
the outdoor fair. No. Yeah, there's a few, but there's one that kind of sticks around. And yesterday I went to the store and there were like kitten prints all up my window, like on my car.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, that's my favorite kitten. And I know which one it is. So
Which
it's-
one? Have we
it's like-
named him?
Hey,
No, not yet.
hey, hey.
Hey, Jim.
Hey.
Hey, hey.
How are you this morning, love? Hey. Jen's going to auction
Hey.
kittens this morning.
Hi, Carla.
I have to sit up because my butt's hurting.
What?
I have to
Carla's
stand
going to
up.
auction her
I have to
butt later.
stand up.
Look
I
at
have to
Carla.
stand up.
She's
See, your
being
hair
a
is gotten
kiddo
so
dance.
long.
Party.
Wait, take your hair down because I want to see how long it's gotten.
Can you twerk for us, Carla?
No.
Come on,
No,
pull
I'm
up Vinny
not, because
G.
it's like all crazy. No, I'm not.
Back up. Do you have a
I'm
thong
not.
on? Do you have a thong on?
Are you wearing any pants?
No, I don't. No.
Below the waist.
She walks away.
Woo, baby.
It's jealous.
I don't. That's gonna get clipped. Just watch. That will get clipped.
Oh, fuck.
Do you know that you have a debate coming soon?
Yeah, you've got a Jodi Arias debate. Molly jumped in Brian's last night to remind you it's Saturday, and you better be there, or she's coming for you.
Mhm.
She's going to go real YouTube on your life. What? She'll show up in just a minute. Hold on. She'll come get me. Don't beat me
That's
up,
gonna
Molly.
get clipped. I was just in fun, guys. I'm not gonna like.
We
what do
thought you were
call it?
auctioning your ass.
No, what's that thing they do for? I'm not gonna twerk. No,
Come
not
on.
happening. No, but we should have another milking of the cucumbers.
Well, yeah, because we need to have a fundraiser.
That was fun.
That was exhausting.
Yes. Who
We
wins
need a-
that?
we
Yeah,
need a-
that was
We
fun.
need a
Hey,
fundraiser.
Joy.
Anybody need
Morning,
groceries?
double CC.
Carla started. Don't.
Oh.
Can we do a
Adria,
show?
did I say hello?
A craft
Yeah.
live.
Hey, Joy. Good
I'm sorry.
morning. Hey, so
How's you doing?
can we do a show? Because the country's in trouble and we're all concerned, about
Yeah. Uh-huh.
saving and rationing and stocking up. So is there any way we could do like a live on, I don't know, dinners you can make under $20?
Yes. Yes. If you go to
Stop
the
it.
store, you go to the store with $20, what you can make for dinner with $20.
Not 25, 20.
Not 25, $20.
If it's 25, though, would you loan me the 5?
I mean, if you're at the store, yes.
I could PayPal it to you.
You could
I can
PayPal me
PayPal you.
$5 if
I
I need.
can
Okay.
PayPal you $5.
That's
so
good
you
to
can
I would
have
probably
know.
do it. If you're at
That's
the
a
store,
good dinner, and that will
Yes.
include dessert.
so
Donna, get up here. What happened to Jem? Life is Jem.
I don't know. LaDonna's twerking in the chat. Can
oh,
you
she
stop
said,
that?
hey,
Donna's
hey,
twerking.
and left.
Hey, Mimi.
Hey, Mimi 5150.
Hey, Mimi 5150.
5150.
What's up, girl?
Hey, Gemmas.
Good morning, Gemmas. Joy, that was so much fun last night. It was horrible, but it was fun at the same time, right?
Hey, Kevin Kelly.
I needed that last night. I was about
That
to
was, yeah.
combust. Hey, .com.
What did you need last night? Hey, .com.
Well, they were okay. We're going to go into a tiny bit of politics here, just a little.
Oh,
I'm not going
God.
to. No,
It is-
it's going to be
Please.
short.
This
gonna
is
be-
what we do in
Let's not
Discord,
get
though.
carried away with it.
Brian called me last night. He's like, help. I'm like, what's wrong? He said, they're doing the 25th Amendment. I said, no. They're doing the impeachment vote. He said, no, Misty, they are doing the 25th Amendment. And I said, what are you talking about? He goes, I know, I've looked it up. I've tried to find information on it. What are they doing? So I went and tried to look it up. I see that smoke, biatch. I went and tried to look it up. I couldn't find anything either. So I called him
Gemma.
back and he texted me back and he goes, I'm live. And I'm like, well, shit, nice to know. So I ran and we went live and just kind of got to just talk, supporters of this amazing nation. And it was great. And Joy was there. Jen was there. And it was just fun. It was
Okay.
nice.
What was
Are you
the stream
smoking,
about?
Carla?
Wait. No, I'm vaping.
Oh.
So she goes on camera to do it. The right woman wants a man's time, effort, passion, honesty, loyalty, smile, and him choosing to listen.com. Let me tell you this. I have to kind of be quiet because my husband's like right next door.
Oh, so
But
I've heard, Dory.
I told him, I said,
Don't
listen,
say it, Misty.
the best compliment you can pay a woman is to ask her to marry you, because then she knows you've looked everywhere to find the perfect partner, and she's it.
I thought
And
you were going to
that's
say
what-
something else.
Oh, something dirty? Do you want me to talk about that
Yeah.
too? I can.
Sure. Sure.
Sure. Let her rip.
They're the best in
So
bed.
this one
you've ever had.
time. Yeah. No, we won't go there. We did have a neighbor though come over and ask if we were okay. Just saying. That was
How
kind
did,
of
okay, how
embarrassing.
did your all's husband ask you to marry him?
Well, once I let go of his throat and he could speak again.
LaDonna's internet crush.
What? Who is
Put a
LaDonna?
name in there. Who's LaDonna's
Oh,
internet
that's gotta be what's his name?
Oh, Yoakum. Steve
Yeah.
Yoakum.
Steve, is that you?
Steve Yoakum, is that you?
You can give us a dirtier troll name than that. Come on.
Okay, what were we saying? I'm sorry.
Joy was cursing last night. She was a dirty girl.
Who was?
It was sexy. Joy Lang.
Oh, was she?
She
Just a
was
little bit.
I'm
hilarious.
telling you, I'm going to get her up on my panel to talk about.
Richard
Hey,
Groiper,
Richard
where the hell have you
Groiper.
been?
We're having a panel party if you want to come up. We're just talking about this and that. A little of this and a little of that.
Hey, Moon Lagoon.
Hey, Mimi 5150.
You already
Nice
said
to see
Hi,
you.
Moon.
Don't give her too
I
much.
bring a
Bring a
whole new
whole
news
new
flying through your teeth.
Could you be more specific? I mean, I'm just,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. Yeah.
You coming up, LaDonna?
Is that him, LaDonna? Do you think? Really? Is that him?
LaDonna's got an admirer.
Good evening,
Ooh.
Mr. Yoakum. Zoom school.
Actually, yeah, I did put the link in the chat for
Lisa.
anybody that wants to come up. We're just having a party.
Hey, Jay.
Richard, you're welcome to come up. Ty, you're welcome to come up. Helping with Zoom school. Oh, you're helping with Zoom school.
God,
Oh,
you're in our prayers. Just saying.
yes,
Richard.
you are. Hall monitor. There's a link if anyone wants to come up.
Can I just
Is
say, I
Lufa
always,
in here?
huh?
Lufa.
Yes, Lufa.
Lufa, our good. There's our girl.
Hi, Lufa.
LaDonna's. That just cracks me up. I want you to come up with a filthier one though about LaDonna. Can you
Yeah.
come up here and tell us secrets about LaDonna that she doesn't want us to
Down
know?
down the rabbit hole.
We're
We
gonna
go
need
down
you.
the rabbit hole with LaDonna almost every day.
He
She's
goes
got a
down
new
her rabbit hole. Is that what they're calling her?
down the rabbit hole with Donna.
Is it furry?
I don't know, but you might need Merkin.
A merkin. Does her rabbit hole have a
Does
merkin?
everybody in the press one in the chat if you know what a Merkin is?
Uh-oh.
I bet you nobody knows. And press 2 if you don't. And if you don't know what it is, look it up on Google. I'm eating biscuits and gravy.
Yum. You want my
Are you-
address?
Do you share? Do you
There's Steve
share?
Yoakum.
Hi. There's Steve Yoakum. I always want to call him Dwight Yoakum.
I know, right?
Susan, turn on Fox News, babe.
Oh God, what's going
Oh,
on?
what's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
And you might have. Oh, you can't rewind a little.
Who's she talking to?
Is the
Oh,
world
she's
coming to an end?
Fucking looks
Did he
like
get
it.
impeached? Or Plumie doesn't know what that
Probably.
is. Look up Merkin, Merken.
And blame it on LaDonna Merkin.
Yeah.
I
The
just-
LaDonna-
capital's filled
LaDonna
with
brought
military.
Merkin to our channel.
Are they? They're
Filled,
protecting now.
filled with military.
They're not
What
showing
is-
it on because I can't get Fox on my computer without giving
Yeah.
them all, doxing myself to the hilt to those
What is
people.
it?
You two need to
What
go
is
to the political room.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Right?
There you go.
I just said turn on the TV.
But I don't have a TV in here.
I stopped watching for my own sanity.
Joy. Hey, Joy.
Hi, Joy.
Hey, Joy.
Morning.
Hey,
Okay.
LaDonna.
Hey,
I will
Hi,
say
LaDonna.
that
Donna.
I will. Breaking news, y'all. Breaking news because
Oh,
my
breaking news.
Heidi ain't here today. House approves largely symbolic resolution calling to invoke the 25th Amendment. Pence
Oh.
rejects. Okay. So there's that. Okay, moving on.
But they're
Let's
still
talk
going
about-
to impeach him. They're still going to do it. So, but it's not going to do any good.
I know.
Mm.
I know.
So
And
you
you
know
know,
how
if
they're
they
doing it.
impeach him, he can't run for
Joy!
president again?
Hold on, I
No,
have to have a
actually,
moment.
He can run again. But the thing is, if they do it on a get him for doing something malicious or illegal, then he will not be able to run again. So they're trying to get him on evoking the riot, which is illegal,
Right.
not just
Sedition.
for being someone they don't like.
Oh, they're such
Aw.
asshats,
He
y'all.
should have been quiet. He shouldn't have opened his mouth and said, I'll see you in 18 months. In other words, he's preparing to run again in 18 months. He should have kept his mouth shut and snuck in like Obama did and like Kamala Harris did and come out of nowhere in 18 months and said, hey, bitches, I'm back.
Joy, I love you so much. I just have to tell you that.
Well, you know, I'm a
PPP.
Democrat. I was a Democrat forever.
Yeah.
And I hate to say, I'm a very old-fashioned Democrat in my heart.
Yeah,
I
but
believe in
old-fashioned
America.
Democrats were great people.
I believe in America. I believe in our military. I believe in our police officers, in our elderly. It's very close to my heart. We got to take care of these people. And I'm very big mouth. I get upset. I curse. I'm probably worse than Brian St. John sometime, but
Do you like the
that's the way I
cursey
feel.
words? You like the cursey
My
words?
my son is 42 years old, and he's still. Neither of my children, nor the one that's passed, has ever cursed in front of me. They've never, I guess what the Southerns say, bucked up to me ever, because that's something that I taught them from the beginning. You respect people,
Yeah.
you know.
Can y'all hear me?
And,
I hear
Yes.
you.
Okay.
and I'm trying to teach my grandbabies the same thing about the flag and about America, the truth about how they should love it and they should love being here because other places are so bad.
Teach them that they're the boss, honey, that they're the ones that they govern based on our consent to let them govern. We're the ones that should be the bosses.
I don't know when it's changed. This is scaring me because they kicked, President Trump off of YouTube.
Yeah. And here's
And
the thing.
Twitter.
Here's the thing. If they can do it to him,
Yeah.
please understand that they can and will do it to you.
Well, it just scares me because he needs to be able to get to the American people at all times.
Yes.
And did you see where Twitter removed the app of the emergency broadcast system?
Yep. Because they were afraid he was going to use it.
You've got to have that in case of somebody starting a war with us, or in case something really
Natural
bad happens,
disaster.
a natural disaster, in
Mhm.
case the Americans have to take cover, tornadoes, floods, anything. We've got to have that in place.
Yep. Yep.
Anyway,
I
I'm
agree.
enough of that. I'm going away tomorrow for a few days with my sissies, and I'm going to try not to do politics.
Good luck with that. But I understand exactly. Look, I was ready to combust last night. I was so glad Brian went live.
I
Because
almost went to Washington, guys. Some of my friends were there on 3 rows back from the steps. And I
Wow.
almost was with them, and I am so glad I didn't.
But what did they say? Have you talked to them? How was it there? Really?
Yes, and I'm meeting them, matter of fact, and we're going to all discuss it when I'm in Nashville. They said that it was not at all. They said they could pick out the ones that were the troublemakers.
Yep.
And they said that there really were no security.
Yeah.
It was just so easy.
But was it more
Crime.
because what I was seeing on my television from multiple channels was actually more like a gathering. It
Well, they
wasn't
actually
even
said
a
there was prayer
protest.
meeting. They went to a prayer because that's my sister, especially, is they really into that, and they went into a prayer before, just during different times, and then
Right.
before the violence even started. But she said that it was just like she said Woodstock, and that was the age group that they were.
Right. The
You
boomers
know,
out there
yeah,
at Woodstock. Right.
yeah. And she said it was just, and then she said, but you could see the ones that were not with what you would call the patriots or the Republicans, or the ones that were there that wanted a change, that
Right.
wanted to fight for, and just wonder and let them know that we're still there for him. We're behind him, whatever he
Right.
does.
Right. And there are, full disclaimer, there are some damn fine Democrats in this country.
Yeah.
There really and truly are across this country. And I wish that they would stand up for, and I think a lot of them are and have been standing up for what is right as far as the Constitution. One man doesn't determine this country.
You
It
can't
does.
even get the Republicans. So
Yeah.
it'll
So-
be interesting. I think the next few months is going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Joy.
I don't know. I'm just so glad to see you up here, Joy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Cam up. I don't really give a sugar.
There you go. I do this morning because I look
Well,
like
the
Amber
last time we
Kid.
saw you on camera, you were a Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
was
For
bad.
Halloween.
It was
I
Halloween.
I had to keep going in and out, but I scared those little kids to death. I didn't have my fangs on with you guys. I had fangs with the outfit, and I answered the door and forgot to take them out because I really didn't want to scare the little ones. But I answered the door with my fangs hanging out, and a little girl dropped her bucket of candy and took off screaming across the yard.
Hey, Joy.
Wait, honey. And she was like running from me, and I was like, oh, fangs. And I had to, because I had like blood dripping off of them, and I was like, shoo.
My husband has the most god awful zombie costume. I mean, it's hideous.
Oh God, it is.
We had a man and his wife, and he's pushing the stroller, and she's got a kid in each hand walking up to my cousin's. He comes out from the back of the pickup truck, from the bed of the pickup truck. The man leaves the stroller, takes off running down the street, leaves his wife and his children there to be eaten by the zombie.
Oh,
I was like, honey,
wow.
you and I need to talk about this man. You got
What?
You should show that picture. That picture is it's scary.
it's just gross.
creepy.
It scares me. I
It is
can't.
creepy. Oh, come on.
Yeah, no. Oh, I will. I'll have to dig for it though. You know me.
I know you showed us. That's
Yeah.
creepy.
He's creepy.
It's creepy.
Creepy man.
Creepy.
He's funny. He's
I've already
Halloween.
got
is his
my
favorite.
costume for next year, but it's got June cleavage.
June cleavage
Run
around with a cleaver and some
Yeah.
cleavage.
Yes, it is so cute. It's got the apple pie with it and the cute
Oh,
little dress and cardigan and
Pearl.
pearl.
Big pearl necklace. Yeah.
Like, yes, I can't wait. My husband thinks I'm crazy.
That sounds amazing. That's a good costume choice.
Yes, I can't
I'm gonna
wait.
have to start thinking. I'm gonna have to put some work into it this year. Because we didn't do it this year because of, the C word.
Yeah. Well, God willing too, the COVID will be over and I want to go to the Santa run and I hope to go live there because
Yeah, what's the Santa? You're in, not to dox you, but you're where I used to be from, huh?
yes. And
So
year
what
before last, there was over 1,200 men, women, whatever, Santas there. And everybody dresses as Santa and they meet downtown in Nashville.
Uh-huh.
And then you bring a naughty and a nice bag. So whoever you meet, you walk up to them and you said, have you been naughty or have you been nice? And depending on what they tell you, you have to give them a gag gift, which is normally little handmade things,
Uh-huh.
or a good gift. And I have bought sucker boobs, penises to make the molds to hand them the naughty
girl.
and nice treats. I am ready and prepared.
Now, did you grow up in Nashville?
I grew up around MTSU.
Okay.
MTSU was my stomping grounds.
I
which,
lived on campus there for a year till my mom said, that's enough. You're coming
I
home.
loved it, but I missed it because it's no longer the small college town it used to be.
Really?
Yeah, and then I moved away to what they call a little place called Woodbury.
I don't know Woodbury.
It's a little tiny town, and I love it. I would go to McMinnville in a heartbeat, but my
Yeah, I like
husband says
McMinnville.
no. So if
Why?
he just doesn't, and I love it, you guys. It's just a small country
is.
town, and I've loved it. I used to go up there every weekend to visit my sissy, and my older sister lives up there. She's 82 and retired teacher, and any chance I get, I'm up there. I'm there,
I mean,
and
it was wonderful.
Is that where you got ghost? You saw the ghost?
oh my God, y'all!
Probably in McMinnville.
Yes.
Was it?
Oh, my sister bought. Well, my brother-in-law passed away, and so we went to help take care of her just a few weeks ago, and because she had some problems, and so we usually my one sister and I share a bed like we did even when we were little. We would pile up in the bed.
My sister and I would now today too.
but she snores, but she tells me I snore.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, you just sleep in there. I'll sleep in the other room, which I had never done. So I went in there, and as soon as I walked into this bedroom, guys, I got this weirdest feeling. It was the awful cold.
Yeah.
It was the creepy that I was being watched, and I've never had that feeling in my life. And so I'm just being paranoid. So I'm on YouTube watching some of you guys' live, and I look down and I see this shadow at my feet popping up at the bottom of the bed. This weird head pops up, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And then I'm sitting there thinking, and then it touched my foot, literally touched my foot. And I promise you, I have never in my life had this kind of experience. And I said, finally, I said, oh, this has to be Peter, my brother-in-law. And I said, Peter, my sister's doing great. We're just here to watch over her. I made her some homemade soup. It's frozen. It's in the freezer. Everything's great. We're fine. Please leave me alone. And I couldn't. I moved out the next morning. I didn't sleep all night. I felt creepy. And I I climbed in bed with my sister. I said, I had a real experience. I said, what's going on? She said, oh yeah, that's the bed that he was in. That was his bed. And I was like, oh gee, thank you. And I said, I guess what? You got a bedroom partner tonight. I'm moving in here. So I got my suitcases and we piled in there. And she said, I can't believe you. I said, I've never felt it. I said, so if you don't mind, you go in there if you want it. I mean, I can't handle it. But it was, guys, I've never seen a shadow figure. My brother, sister, and dad did at an old haunted house we lived in. And I was one of those that I actually laid there and I would watch the door open and close in our closet. But I never seen anything, but they actually seen it. And I was like, well, I'm feeling left out.
I know, right?
Yeah, but now I don't want to be left out.
I always had that same feeling when we go in our basement in Nashville. Always. There had to, and I think it was a soldier. I really did. Because we lived on Shies Hill, which was like the last battle before the Battle of Nashville. Hey, Ben. Thank you for your comment on my picture, you sweet.
Hey, Ben.
But what do you think about the bombing? We haven't even talked about the bombing. Really? Not here.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it happened as it said. I honestly don't think. I think the guy was probably dead when they put him in the RV.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Some stuff was leaked that whoever drove there actually walked out from some of the people's security ring cameras.
Oh, wow.
Whoever drove it there actually walked away.
Yeah.
And it shows the RV, if you really look close in the pictures, coming down 2nd Avenue there. He's in the middle of the road. He's not even like on one side of the divided lanes. And down at 2nd Avenue, if you're in an RV in the middle of the road, they're going to get you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And instead, and it shows up, you can't really see much of a picture of him, but then you can see what the last car to blow up was right behind him on the side of the curb. But that was the strangest thing watching that, especially, I've been down there so much. And I honestly think that he was used as a patsy, that he probably made the bomb. It probably wasn't as strong as they wanted. I think they meant to do more damage.
And they said that they made comparisons to the Oklahoma bomber, that one didn't do as much damage as it should have. And that they didn't think that this one did either. Do you think it was AT&T related?
I do. Yeah.
Do you think it was because
of the AT&T building? The AT&T building was previously owned by the Dominion owners of the voting machines.
And the machines, some of them were there.
We're still there. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's strange that at first you could get some of the footage, and then all of a sudden everything just went out. And you tell me this, okay, if you're laying in your bed and you hear for 1 hour before it exploded
to evacuate,
and the countdown has started, and you hear this voice and it's telling you to evacuate. Why would you stay in your home? Why would you not get up and try to get away?
Or
stuff.
investigate, at least find out, whose
Or-
damn television is on too loud or something.
Why didn't the police? I'm sorry, but the bomb squad usually gets there quicker. I mean, it's happened before. The bomb squad has been down at the Capitol there within minutes of being called of a suspicious packet.
Right.
Okay, so why an hour later is the bomb squad not there? The police has it blocked off.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they see nobody's really coming to help, so they're going to try to get door to door to get people out because people are not smart enough to get out of their house when they hear somebody telling them to evacuate.
Right. Right.
It's all a little too crazy.
I found a podcast that you have got to listen to. It's long and the guy gets a little bit strung out, but it's such a freaking good story because I was looking up for Carla's crime night, the Marsha Trimble thing.
Oh yeah.
And that happened before we had even moved. No. I'm sorry. Marsha Trimble happened when we were there. I was her age and she lived really near us in that part of Nashville. But then I heard about this one podcast, a murder in Nashville happened in 1963. It was a babysitter killing. Do you remember that? Remember hearing about it?
No.
She was at UT Knoxville. She had come home for the weekend and her mom went out with some friends and she stayed to babysit her little brother. And she was murdered in their home. And I've got to get you'll have to leave in the private chat your email if you wouldn't mind, and I'll email you the link.
Well,
it's
it's like Holly Bobo. That is a great case. It's a girl here in Tennessee was kidnapped literally off of her carport. Her brother home, watched the guy do it, walk her into the woods. And this girl was beautiful. She was in nursing school.
Mhm.
And literally now the guy's trying to get out on a technicality, but so many people knew about this poor girl. And they even had videos of the things that was done to her before they shot her. But
Wow.
somebody just happens upon her. I mean, and then the little boy that's missing here.
What's
And the
her name?
parents won't
Dolly
tell.
what?
Holly Bobo.
Oh, Holly Bobo. When did that happen?
I guess now it's been, let's see, I watched the trial probably maybe 3-4 years ago.
I think I heard about that one.
Yeah.
actually.
And the guy was out looking for mushrooms, special mushrooms,
Mhm.
and herbs is the only way her body was found.
Wow. And that was in Nashville?
Right outside of Nashville, yeah.
Wow.
And her brother, I mean, literally seen the guy come up. There was blood on the carport. It ended up being somebody she went to school with that liked her and she didn't like him.
Oh, where'd they go to school?
He was in a
Psycho.
hunter's garb with a gun, walked her into the woods.
Ginger Locks knows that story. Yeah, I remember that story just because of the name Holy Bobo, because I remember that name. It
And we
stuck in
still
my
got
head.
the little boy that's missing, you know. So parents will not tell where his little body's at, and it's just so sad. I just hope they find his little body and at least put him to rest. And I think they should fry them and torture them until.
Now, who is this?
He was an autistic. They call him Billy Joe.
Billy in Nashville?
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
Yeah, my dad used to always, he was like a big stickler about, how filthy, nasty, awful the music business was. And, we were never going to have anything to do with it or whatever. And I always just kind of pish-toshed it because we lived in a great neighborhood and went to great schools. And I thought Nashville was just a nice place to live growing up until I listened to that podcast. It was right when they formulated Metro. And we were one of the first cities in the nation to form a Metro. And so everybody made a big deal of it. Briley was the mayor, and he was in this controversy as well. But it talked about a lot about Printer's Alley, old Printer's Alley, and just how filthy it was. And see, they didn't tell us that part. They just told us there's places you're never going to go in this city. And we're like, why? You don't need to know. Just don't go,
I hated they shut Printer's Alley down, though, because they had some neat little things down there you could go and see. It was dirt. It was about like Bourbon Street to me, because to me, Bourbon Street's nasty.
Yeah.
But it was like Nashville's own little Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
But I was really surprised they shut it down because it was such a staple of Nashville.
Well, look what they've done to Music Row. It's
God, yeah.
Doesn't every city have their own like kind of Bourbon Street? Remember
I think
Ginger
so.
Locks' mom was showing us that place
Oh,
Philadelphia.
yeah, that was
That was
beyond
kind
Bourbon
of
Street.
like, oh yeah, that was.
I'll tell you, Miss D, you may know here in around Nashville that Brentwood, Belmead, and all that is a
Yeah.
good neighborhood.
Oh yeah, Belmead's insane.
The day before the bombing, all night long at my sister's. That's why we went down there. There was gunfire going off. There's been robberies galore.
Really?
And in my sister's neighborhood, they're like, they're right on the golf course, $2 to $4 million homes. And
Now, where are they at, Belmead or Brentwood?
well, she lives in between Belmead and Brentwood.
Okay.
And
Like
then
Green Hills, maybe, or
yeah, it's been crazy. And we were scared to leave her because she's by herself. And we literally made her leave,
yeah.
especially when everything shut down. Because we were so scared, because she said there's been gunfire going off all night long.
Wow.
And we were just scared because there's been robberies, there had been things going on, and some little, I call them protests, but they didn't make the news.
Right.
All in around the wealthy neighborhoods.
Uh-huh.
And so we went in and literally made her come, back to town with us and into one of our houses and stay for several days. Because she had been sick. She had been through some tests and stuff, and we had just left her right before the bombing and to come home, and then the bombing, and then we had to go get her again. So
I grew up in Green Hills. I graduated from Franklin Road Academy. So, that was my stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Bellevue was not developed at all back then. Belmead, of course, has always been Belmead. I mean, it's Belmead. Everybody.
Well, I know Molly said they were talking about maybe moving to Nashville. And so you go to Williamson County, Leapers Fork, somewhere like that,
Yep.
because that is a better place now because that's where all the
Franklin.
celebrities are. Yes,
Mhm.
Franklin, that's Williamson County is Franklin.
Yep.
Leapers Fork is great. All the celebrities are there. And I mean, we went shopping. We go to shopping and before COVID hit in Williamson County and Franklin at least once a year, my sisters and I, and we have a few cocktails and just go up and down and shop.
Oh, well,
And
Franklin's
we've
wonderful.
seen Nicole Kidman,
Yeah.
we've seen Faith Hill and Tim McGraw,
Yep.
and they're just going through their shopping like normal people, and we don't
Yep.
bother them because that's one
No.
thing we've all, that's something you don't do here is you don't bother them.
Yeah.
And I was sitting my eyes wide open, of course, because they're going. And I'm sitting there in one of these little boutiques. I'm like, oh my
I
God.
know, right?
Yeah, but we don't bother. We don't ask them for autographs. It's just that's something that we used to do before COVID. We go once a year and just walk through, and we park and start hitting the shops and have lunch, have a cocktail, and shop some more. And then you would see people you wouldn't believe because they have a day that it's called some kind of.
Like a tax-free day kind of
It's
deal?
like a festival.
Okay. Okay.
So it brings everybody out.
So like your crafters that they can set up stuff?
Well,
kinda
it's
like
more
that?
artsy,
Yeah.
artsy stuff, but also
Yeah.
all the boutiques and clothing and shoes place has huge everything out, just all their new stuff, and
Yeah.
it's great.
Oh, I love Franklin. That's where our horses lived, in Franklin. We lived in Nashville. They lived in Franklin, but we went to the barn every day,
Well, see that's Shelbyville. Shelbyville used to be the big horse place until they got into the scandal. So
Well, on the Tennessee Walkers?
yeah.
Yeah. See, we did hunter jumpers. And so they would have, these huge antebellum plantations, really. And they'd set up jumps and we'd train and then we'd travel all over the place and go show.
My
And
sister lived in one of the antebellum homes. It's the big in Franklin that was owned by the girl that does the diet. Oh, what was that?
Susan Powder?
No,
The Stop the Insanity chick?
it's not Slim Fast. It was the other one, but she owned the big diet. The first about before Nutrisystem. It was some kind of something.
And not Slim Fat, but it was
And
one of
they
those.
bought it, and it was the weirdest thing because it was right in the middle of a neighborhood. She had sold off so much of the land, but we would have our girl weekends and had the pool, and we would be out there. We played nude volleyball, and would go skinny
Nude
dipping.
volleyball?
Oh, we had a ball. And-
Carla, can we have a nude volleyball stream?
Yes.
Oh, it was fun, guys. Us boomers, I guess you would say, we're more fun than these people realize
Yes.
because we don't really give a shit.
exhibitionists.
Oh, well, I mean, if one top comes off, the rest of them did.
That's right. It's like, well, damn. Everybody take it off.
We did. We had a good time.
I
But it
do.
was
I
right in
miss
the middle.
that.
We was like, I said, we can't have privacy here. She said, sure, you can watch this. And sure enough, you would see and hear the traffic, but they really couldn't see the pool or where we set up the volleyball net.
Uh-huh.
And so we played up until dark, and
Mhm.
we'd hop in the pool and get cooled off and get back out and play more. And we had all kind of fun.
We're
In
gonna have to
Waverly,
get
we had a
together.
lake house in Waverly. I'm ready to go back up there. It's 1,000 acres on the lake, and we used to have a great time up there, getting on the 4-wheelers and going fishing and getting on the boat dock.
Uh-huh. We're gonna have to get together. We come up every
Carlos.
April. We didn't go this last April because they shut down Belmont, of course. But we come up every April to do a scholarship. My dad has a scholarship at Belmont, and we handpick the students and interview them and everything. But she has decided we're going this year, hell or high water. She doesn't care if Belmont shut down. We're going anyway. So we'll have to get together. I'll have to get in touch with you, and we'll have to make some plans to have lunch or something.
Yes, yell at me, because we could either meet up or I know, was it 2 years ago? I think we got out on the Brentwood. Was it 2 or 3 years on the Brentwood golf course in the snow in the golf cart in our bikinis and played
Oh my
the little
God,
golfy
you guys sound like
thingies.
I want to fly there and meet you guys.
We
Come on,
had a
Carla.
lot.
I'll come
Fun.
get you
I've
on the
got
way.
pictures, guys. I got pictures of us in our bathing suits, fur coats, fur boots, and our shotguns
There you go.
That's a way to
on the
do it.
golf course. But
That's
we
the
had
hillbilly.
fun.
There you go. That's a hillbilly.
That's a
I
And
got
when
the
my
hillbilly.
redneck,
sisters
the
and I
hillbilly,
get
and the
together, we
coon.
try to enjoy it.
And you're proud to be a hillbilly when
Damn Skippy.
you're there.
Yeah,
You're
well,
not-
that's what
you're
I
not
told
ashamed
Fod.
of it.
I
That's
laughed
not
at
an
Fod when he
insult.
said, I told it, Fod, I said, not all hillbillies are bad.
No,
No.
hillbilly is a good thing to be. So is redneck. So is coon ass or Cajun.
Well, I
I
don't
can
know
do a
where
lot
it
of things.
came that was an insult. I think it's like you should be proud of your heritage.
Yes, you can take
There-
me to a nice restaurant, but I can also shoot a gun and a bow and arrow and do a lot of things.
Well, that's
There
like when
you
they talk
go.
about all the catfish crap. You know, I told them real quick. I said, y'all don't understand. In the South, a catfish is an honor. When they start calling you a carp, you need to worry.
That's
Carp.
when you worry. That's it.
If you love somebody, you serve them fried catfish. If you hate them, you serve them carp. I'm just
You heard, yep. Ew, nasty. dirty.
right. Yeah. So we'll have to hook up and get together and see each other and meet up, and it'll be a blast. I
I'm
love
jealous.
my home.
Maybe
I
she
would-
can show you her ghost.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's creepy. Did she ever talk to him? Did she ever make contact with him?
I didn't tell my sister because
It was too soon.
and plus she's elderly.
Oh, okay.
She never goes upstairs anyway.
Okay.
She weighs 100 pounds soaking wet. She's a pathologist.
Oh,
And it happened so quickly. He went from he within weeks was gone
yeah.
after he was diagnosed with ALS.
Mm.
And it was,
Well, and then thank God too, because ALS is just, oh my
Yes.
God.
yes. And he spoiled her. She didn't know how to pump gas. When he passed away, she had to be taught how to pump gas.
Girl,
He took care of everything. He
Working-
took care of everything.
Working hospice down here. That's a sign of a Southern gentleman, y'all. I'm just saying, when their wife does not know how to pump gas because
Yes.
they do it for her.
Yes.
It happens a lot down here. You'd be surprised. Who's
Sorry,
calling
guys.
you?
My hubby checks every day.
How sweet. How sweet. Good.
He-
He's a
he's-
good hillbilly.
You know what, guys? I really think my house has got some bad juju. The 2 previous owners of my house have died of cancer.
Ooh.
And in May, my husband was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer.
Oh, joy.
And then I just got called that one of the things that was removed, I had just a spot, which was bothering me because when I would shave my legs, it would bleed.
Uh-huh.
And so I just told her, I said, would you mind removing that so it would quit bleeding? Because I'm on blood thinner.
And they checked.
And so she did, and she called me back. She said, well, I'm going to say my name. It's Joyce. And she said, Joyce, she said, it's positive for cancer. And
Oh.
she said, we were going to have to take you in, and we need to set up some appointments. You've got to first do this topical treatment before we take you in. And she said, so we've got to go in. And I said, well, I knew something was strange because this is 5 weeks ago, and this place has gotten huge, purple, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she said, well, that's a sign. And I had to go in and talk to her. And I mean, that is so strange that all of us now have gotten, uh, you know, that makes in this house.
Well,
And
I
it
wonder
just
what
freaks
about
me out.
radon? What about radon?
Well, it's got natural gas, and I've been sort of sick ever since we've moved here and bought this place.
Uh-huh.
But I've never had a house with natural gas. I don't like it, but uh, I did order, but I mean, they come and check because they have to. They have to check it out, and we have it checked out every winter before we open the fireplaces and the heat
Right.
and everything for the gas. But uh, we lived in another place before that had radon because Tennessee is bad for radon
Yes.
coming up out of the ground,
Yes, it is.
especially if you have a concrete slab.
Yep.
But I told my husband, I said, I'm going to order me some sage. I'm going to go out and do a dance. I said, because I'm telling you, especially him. I mean, the kind of cancer he got, it shouldn't have happened. And he's so scared now he won't go back and get his checkup again. And I think it's back. So we're going to go back again. But they kept him. When he first went in for his surgery, they said, we'll be out in 20 minutes. Don't worry about it. 3 hours later, I'm out there by myself. I'm getting so nervous.
Oh,
And
God.
they finally come out and they said, we're sorry, but it was so much. We had to just keep going back, and we wanted to make sure we got it all. I said, thank you. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
And then it took them, during the holidays, y'all, these places don't get in any hurry.
No.
I took my samples in right before Thanksgiving, and they just got back with me a week ago.
Good grief. And then, ugh. It's like they're
So
canceling so much stuff that people
That's why I
really,
hate
really
going to the
need.
doctor. I'm always scared when I go to the doctor. Every time I've gone to the doctor, I've been sicker after I got to the doctor
Yeah.
than when I went before.
It's like when you take your car in for, just
Yeah,
a
and
oil
they find
change. We're
everything.
going to have to
They find
rebuild
this
the
wrong with
engine.
you, this wrong with you, and not wrong with you.
well, I've been
Last
needing to
time I
go,
went to
and
the doctor,
I've
I
been
was
thinking about having another CO2 laser treatment done to get rid of the sunspots. But I mean,
No,
getting
let
in
me tell you
there,
what you do. Joy, I have found the answer to that.
what?
Go to Walmart.
Uh-huh.
Neutrogena has a little machine, battery operated, and it's a microderm abrasion thing. And it comes with you get the little pads separate. You run them under the water. It's got a little soapy kind of thing to it. And
Right.
it's got a little Velcro piece that you put it on that little machine and it vibrates and you run it over your skin. I'm telling you, after like a week and a half of using this, even every other day, every third day, they're gone. I promise you.
Oh, see, I've had that done 3 times now in the past 4 years, and it's great for about 3 months. Your skin is beautiful, clear. But the last time, that woman like to have killed me. She actually lasered without deadening some of it.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
Ugh.
ouch.
My husband heard me screaming out in the waiting room.
I'm telling you,
Oh.
go to Walmart and get I'll send you the information. Put your little thing in the chat, in the private chat, your
Me
email,
too, Luther.
and I will send you the info on that Neutrogena stuff.
Okay.
And it's inexpensive. The little machine lasts forever and ever and ever. You just get you some batteries, and I use it maybe every 2 or 3 days. Just throughout the week when I want my skin to feel
good.
real smooth. It makes your skin really, really smooth. Your pores look smaller, and those little age spots, the little liver spots, whatever you want to call them, sunspots, they're gone. It's like it buffs them off your skin, and your skin feels fantastic afterwards. It's like a little mini spa. You just use it all over your face, up your eyelids, of course, and your lips.
We need to have a panel party one night in our PJs.
Right.
Yes.
And we can do makeovers.
Yes,
A makeover night.
yes, we will do that, definitely.
One Monday
Oh,
night.
Carla, I want you to do a thing one day and let us know. I'd love to learn how to crochet.
Oh my God.
I know. I want her to
So
teach me.
bad at teaching people that, but yeah, I
You don't-
will. I'll do
We
it.
don't care how bad you are. Just do
I'll
it.
get my husband to film it because it's really hard. And you have to really be careful because the crochet community are cutthroat. If you take one of their patterns, I think I might. I'll do one with just like an easy one, like a dishcloth one, which is pretty easy. So.
Yeah.
They had one thing I wanted. I'm going to learn it and send it to Smokey for his gag gifts next year. It has the penis and the little balls, and it's crocheted.
I did one. I did
It
one.
is the cutest thing.
I did one actually. But I
Did
didn't
you?
ever sent it. Yeah.
It's actually a
Very,
pot
very
holder.
easy.
It's
Yeah.
like you slip it on your cast
Oh.
iron
It's,
skillet.
like,
you know?
it's a pot holder, but it's shaped like a penis. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, my husband and I give each other gag gifts every year, so I want to do something to where, like do a little sack holder or something.
A banana hammock. You
Yeah.
need to make him a banana hammock.
Well, I got him a couple of G-strings one year, and then the thing in it that said you have to model now and dance, and he did, but he wouldn't let me have my phone because he knew I would video it. But I'm always getting, and I got him a little bell. It was so cute. It said "ring when you want it."
Right.
And every time I turn around now, he's got this little bell. It's going ding, 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 ding. And I said, "In your dreams."
I'm taking your bell away from you, fool.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the little ringer out from it.
Right.
Oh God. Mm-mm. Yep, I do. I miss Nashville. I'm ready to come home. We were looking.
We still got snow out here.
I know. Shut up. Don't make me jealous.
We don't have any snow here, and we're in Pittsburgh, which is pretty north. But it's cold. It's
Yeah.
been cold, very cold. Where are
With
you at, Joy? You're not in. You're down.
Yes, we've had it several days now, and they say if it hangs around, the old thing is if it hangs around, there's more coming.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
our backyard has still got it. My granddaughters loved it.
Mhm.
My daughter was off Monday with them, and it was beautiful. And they got out there and made snowmen and snow ladies. And
Do y'all make snow ice cream?
I don't. She's too scared of it. But she said with all the chemicals, she's a little bit weird. If they were here, oh heck yeah, we would be out there, and we wouldn't tell her because, like I said, she's weird.
What? I don't know what snow ice cream is.
It's
You go
basically
out-
snow
yeah.
and cream and sugar.
It's like
Yeah.
snow cones.
Kind of.
You just get real snow and do that. with
Not the
snow.
Yeah.
yellow snow. Not the yellow snow.
Not the yellow.
No, not the yellow
The
snow.
pure snow and little vanilla,
Uh-huh.
little
Yeah,
cream,
little vanilla.
sugar.
Hmm.
Oh, that would be good.
It's
Oh, it
delicious.
is good.
No, I'm
And
gonna
children,
have to
it's
try
just
that next
something
snow.
different.
If we get another snow, I'm going to do that.
And it didn't matter if we didn't get snow all winter long. This was without fail in Nashville. Okay. After the jonquils came up, the buttercups, there was always another snow after that. It could just be a dusting
Yes.
or it could be a snow, but you always had one after the jonquils came up. And yeah, they're jonquils. Whatever. Make fun of me. I'm
What's
Southern.
jonquils?
But yeah,
They're
I
buttercup.
got on that song this not long ago, "Build Me a Buttercup,"
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
was like a little kid when that. And I remember it brings back some good memories and bad memories. But I love that song. I was sitting here singing it, and my husband looked at me. He said, "What are you singing?" He does that when I sing the Carpenters too. He just like freaks out on me.
You know what? I was listening to, like you can go on YouTube and you can like hit like one artist and you can play their little playlist, but
Yeah.
then there's like a bunch of stuff stuck in there that's not them. Well, it got hooked on a Carpenters thing, and I just went to the Carpenters and listened to them the rest of the day. It was wonderful.
Yes.
Like I
Oh,
was-
have you guys heard Barry Gibb's Greenfields?
no.
Oh, guys, y'all got to get it. I just ordered it. It is so good. And he's recorded with other artists every song the Bee Gees has ever done.
I'm going to have to go look that up.
And it is absolutely, I cried at some of the songs because it brings back memories of the Bee Gees and
Yeah.
better times. But he did it so beautifully.
Green-
And I
Oh
ordered it.
my
Dolly was the first one I heard. He and Dolly did Words. That
Yep.
song Words that he and the Bee Gees did. And then it kept clicking up more and more, and come to find out it's an album. And so I ordered the CD from Target after I listened to like 5 of them, and all 5 of them are absolutely great. So if you like the Bee Gees, and
Oh, I
he
used
got
to have a big
Alison
crush.
Krauss, Dolly Parton, Belinda Carlisle, and some other artists that y'all know probably that I don't, but he got all the best names to come in and sing his brother's parts.
I bet he misses him so much.
Yes, he said that it was bittersweet.
Yeah. They were like hand in hand all their lives.
Yeah.
I know it was really hard when they lost Andy. That was really hard. And I had the biggest crush on Andy Gibb. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
He was
Well,
so.
there's a song on there called Butterfly, and I had never heard it. And they wrote it about their time growing up as children.
Oh,
And when I heard it, I just cried, and it's beautiful. And that's where they got
I love that song. I started to cry.
oh,
Mhm.
yes.
I started to cry.
Yes. And
I
that's what he said.
love
Only
that
he could.
song.
He said that his brother would bring the house down with that song. I
Yeah.
started to cry.
That was Robin, wasn't it, that sang that? Or
It wasn't.
Yes.
It wasn't Andy. It was it was one of the other ones.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
just love that song. That's like one of my favorite songs.
I was so mad when Andy started dating Victoria. What's her name?
Oh yeah, Victoria Principal.
Yes, I was pissed.
They
She
actually
ruined him.
did. They did a song together, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. But I thought I had lost my chance forever. I was so mad. Oh, I was so mad.
It's so cute. And
It's
he died so young.
Yes, he did.
Do you know that he tried to get with Marie Osmond?
No.
But I mean, he before Victoria, he fell hard for and her mom put a
Said
stop
nope.
to it. But
'Cause
he
he wasn't
followed her
Mormon?
everywhere. He was
Right, 'cause
crazy
he
about that
wasn't
girl.
Mormon.
And she really was him. She did say, they dated a little, but it didn't go anywhere. But she said, and she actually cried. She said that, she loved him, but her mom more or less said no because he had
Yeah.
been divorced.
Yeah. She's beautiful. To this day, that woman's gorgeous. Oh my God. She makes me sick. I'm like Nutrisystem. Ugh.
Well,
Every time-
she's going a little bit too far over on the plastic surgery. I think
Yeah, the
she needs
boobs
to
are-
just stop.
Yeah, the boobs are larger than most homes I've lived in. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And she never did have boobs.
Guys,
you
I'm
know-
going to share a picture.
Okay.
Okay.
I was looking
Um,
at Dolly the other night on her new
uh,
all the Christmas stuff. And,
Tyrannical Spirit Sister just sent it to me.
okay.
Hang on. Share screen.
How can I see it?
Application window.
On your
Oh,
phone, do you
shoot.
see the panel up on your phone?
Okay, I got it. Yeah, I got it now.
She'll
Okay.
show it on there.
First shade.
No,
Yes, I would love that.
don't you dare send me one, Carla.
I'm gonna. Oh, Miss
Well,
B
I
gets
don't-
hers
I-
first.
I'm sure there's tutorials on how to make that. There
Yeah.
Oh, I would love it.
Their
Please.
hats.
Carla,
Oh, my
please
God.
make one for Miss B's husband. Please.
I would give that to my one sister who is such a prude.
Oh my God. I think that's so funny.
Because I know Miss B's husband would wear it everywhere they go. That's why I'm saying, please.
Which one though?
Would.
Which
He
one?
would.
Which one? There's
Either.
two of them.
The
You did?
vajayjay's a little bit scary.
That
yeah,
picture
it
on
is
Smokey
kinda
P's
scary.
wall looked like that vajayjay. Wonder if that's where they got the idea.
That vajayjay looks like it's been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that was funny. Did you guys make that?
we need to do our
Just
own
make
poll. We need to do our own poll, and we can all vote on who was the model for the vajayjay hat.
I don't know.
Just
Wasn't
saying.
me.
Wasn't me.
It was kind of creepy. It really was. I thought the one with the penis was cute.
I did
don't
too.
Sure, I just thought it was.
I guess vajayjay's got innie and outies too now, huh?
He needs an Audi.
Hey, Jenny, you have to stuff it with something. Oh,
My
God.
niece used to do gymnastics, and on that balance beam, when she was doing one of her routines, she actually fell and straddled it, and they had to take her to the hospital because it ruptured her
Oh.
labia,
Who was
And
it?
my God.
and it had such a big blood clot that they had to go in and do plastic surgery because it ended up being like 5 inches long.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
They literally and so stuff like that can happen, I guess. But yeah, she quit gymnastics after that. But I mean, it was so traumatizing.
oh
but-
dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. I think you really need to send Miss B.
Well, that's not that
Um,
old wives'
No.
tale that you can get.
No.
You can lose your virginity
from a bicycle.
but from a bicycle.
Riding
That was like an
horse.
old-
Did not lose mine from a horse. You're welcome. No, you will not find any videos of that sort of thing from Mexico either. Just saying. That was gross. Pretend I didn't say that, okay?
They use donkeys.
Miss B,
Well, I'm not far from the border, you know.
Seen any live shows lately?
No, it's been a while.
Hide your donkeys. Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you need to teach us how to crochet so we can start sending each other gag gifts.
Yeah. Well, that like took me back when I opened that picture. I'm like, whoa.
Well,
I've never
you
seen
know
that
what?
before.
If you crochet one of those and just, maybe try to get in contact with Ashley Judd, maybe they can wear something like that to their next feminist march.
Yes.
Those little silly kitten hats. You really want a vajay?
Maybe I'll send it to Trailer Park Trash or what do you call it?
Tammy.
Tammy, Trailer Park Tammy. Can you imagine her open a gift like that? She would make such a joke out of that.
Oh my God, she would have a heyday with those.
She would.
One of each
Yeah.
be walking around wearing them together, in the act. Just saying.
Her and Greg would be wearing it together. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
I think so. That
Well,
would be
I think Smokey sent me a message last night that he finally got my package that I mailed on the 18th of December.
Oh, I know. You know what? I mailed something to Misbehaving. How long did it take for you to get it?
a month.
Almost a month, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was so pissed off because she was like, I didn't want to ask you, but you said you sent me something and it hasn't got here yet. I'm like, what? And it kept saying it's going to be a little delayed. Yeah, a
It
little
was in
delayed.
LA for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
just sitting there. Like, do
Yeah.
I need to
Well,
come
now
pick
it's
it up?
over because I sent him 2 gag gifts for Christmas.
Right.
I could have walked there faster than they delivered it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a skinny hooker. You'd be a skinny hooker. Carla's a hooker.
Do you see Misbehaving's picture up there?
I know
Look at
she's
that
showing her
rack.
boobs, man.
Carla made me sexy.
You're sexy.
I'll take it.
Hey, Ems.
Ish.
I will say this. I can tell you that Brian St.
You
John is
still
probably
have
one of the
missing
happiest
packages.
Discord members in this community.
Who's that?
You're welcome,
What?
Brian. I said Brian St. John has to be one of the happiest Discord members in this community because of the stuff we do in Discord.
Yeah.
And here's one of me in a bikini. Here's one with no clothes on. No, I'm just kidding. It's not of us. We don't do that. I'm just saying. But we do have fun. And he goes,
We do always have fun.
and he reminds us, y'all are gonna make me lose my Christianity. Sorry, Brian.
Oh my God.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Brian.
poor Brian.
They had
Brother Brian.
several.
He's got a few.
They had several
Hi, Ems.
FedEx trucks and UPS trucks robbed and stolen at gunpoint here. They took the truck and left the driver at gunpoint
Around
and
Christmas,
took all the gifts and everything. This was like 2 weeks ago.
those people
Oh,
are gonna.
yeah.
Do they know they're gonna go to hell because they're stealing little children's Christmas gifts? I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I didn't never read it in the Bible, but I'm pretty sure he's got like a secret little clause down at the bottom that says, "Oh, by the way, you do this, you go to hell." No
Yeah.
questions
Well,
asked.
it's easy to be a robber now because you can go in with a mask and
Yeah.
sunglasses and
Yeah.
no one even looks twice.
Don't give me any ideas.
Well, just saying, if you ever get real desperate.
I'll call Carla for bail money. She can PayPal me.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, Carla's loaded.
She used to be.
Yeah, used to be.
She spent her whole $1.25 in, what is it, AdSense? How much you make a year, Carla? $1.25.
No, tyrannical. I have to admit, I did share your picture with some other people in the Discord only. He told me to share it with you.
It's sexy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
very
cute.
sexy. You're very cute.
Hey, Em,
And he's got a nice voice. Yeah, Ems is here.
you still have missing packages? Good Lord. What
I know that's like it,
is it?
Well,
Because
if they came from
away?
LA, you'll
I
get
was
it in
so-
March.
frustrated when I sent that package to Misbehaving and she wasn't getting it and she wasn't getting it and she wasn't getting it. And I was like, I did send it. But
But you know what,
Yeah.
Carla? I got it at the perfect time.
oh,
because
you
it was
did,
a-
you
a
did. I
great
think there was
distraction.
a higher power there because you
Yeah.
got, not only did you get my package, but you got a designer purse. So,
Yes,
True,
I
too.
did. I love it.
yeah.
That little shit. It's funny now. Anytime I get anything, like we got a. This is how messed up I am at this point with that girl. So we get this package, and I didn't even look at who it was addressed to or whatever. I figured it was something that Mike had ordered for the truck, and so I just went ahead and opened it, and I see a
Wow.
box, a shoe box, and it says Coach. And immediately the first thing I said was, "Jen, damn it!" And it wasn't even for us. For a neighbor. I was like,
I did that once and it was for my neighbors and it was adult toys. I'm like, oh my God, I did not
Oh.
need to know this. And I
I
was
did.
really super embarrassed when I brought their package over because it was obvious that it had been opened.
dude, I would bring
I
it in the
did
middle of
that, and it was a bicycle, and I thought my husband had bought me a bicycle. It was for a little girl down the street. Oh my God. My husband said to me, he goes, "You don't even ride a bicycle." And I said, "Well, I thought you wanted me to start exercising." And he goes, "Do you ever look at the freaking name on the package?" No, I did. I just thought it came on my doorstep. It was mine.
Yeah, I don't read the package
I-
name.
No, if it sits on your doorstep, you think it's for you.
Carla.
Right.
It wasn't.
Carla.
We did find out who it was for, and we brought it to her. So before I get like a nasty comment in my section,
Carla,
Charlie, check.
we know that you're lying because your husband is cut up in the freezer.
I
Come on,
know he is.
stop with the making up stories. about
I
your
found out that my husband doesn't exist. He's cut up in pieces in the freezer.
husband next to the
Except, he talks pretty good for someone that's cut up in the freezer.
He waves at the camera too, pretty good for
Yeah,
somebody who
yeah. Uh-huh.
doesn't
And you
exist.
still cook him dinner and everything. So nice of you.
And he still looks just like my husband, pretty much. So, you sure it's
Little
I
not?
gotta
old-
go to the
a little
grocery
older version.
store.
Oh, hey, can we start the rumor that you and I share a husband, and that we're really like sister wives?
Ooh.
Oh,
do
there
that.
you go.
Let's do that. That'll be fun.
One
You
of
know,
them
I
was
said I
mailed
understand
November
that.
20th. Oh my
I
God.
understand the sister wives. Wouldn't it be great to have like 6 other wives to do everything and just
I
take
don't
your
know.
turn?
I miss that. I miss that part in kindergarten, to be nice and share with others. I can't. I'd love for her to cook for me and clean my house, but I don't want her to lay down with my husband,
But you think they don't really live in the same house. That's what I was thinking. Used to they did,
There's a
but
big
now they've
fight.
got
There's a big fight on Sister Wives because he's wanting to move them all into one big house, but like it's sectioned off. And they're like, not no, but hell no.
he should anyway. I'm sorry because now they're in such financial straits because each
Exactly.
of them have $500,000+. The one has an $894,000
I
home.
know.
He can't even afford to pay the taxes on them.
Right.
I mean, and she couldn't. They don't have insurance on their children.
Oh
Aren't
my
they in
God.
Vegas?
Are they
No,
what?
they moved from Vegas to
To where?
where's that?
They're
Arizona?
in Arizona, I think.
Is it
Who is?
Arizona?
Flagstaff, yeah, because it's Flagstaff. isn't
Yes,
it?
Flagstaff. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
'Cause they
and I was
moved
just
to-
reading where he hasn't paid property taxes because they don't have the money, but yet, like,
They have no insurance.
yeah, and the surgery the one 17-year-old daughter just had was
With the back.
$450,000
Oh my
Oh my
God.
with no insurance.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
I'm
got
sorry, but and that girl, her mama lives in a $600,000 home.
yeah.
That Robin lives in a $894,000 home.
Well, and Mary, who's the one that doesn't have any children at home anymore, they had the one child together, had that beautiful home, and then they
Yeah.
asked her to leave like the day after she moved in because the neighbors were like, "Nah, we don't want that on our block." And
Each of them renting or buying homes is ridiculous. They ought
Yeah.
to all move into one house. That's what polygamy is.
Yeah,
You live in one house and
grin
get
and bear it. And
25 kids with no insurance and no jobs.
that's and grandkids now too. You know?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's crazy. I
He
have
needs
to
to be a
follow it.
man
I'm
and
just-
say, no, I can't afford 5 different houses for all you silly women.
And
We're getting in one house
after
and
I watch
forget it.
every single episode of that, because I watch it like it's my secret pleasure. But every time I watch it, I keep going like, yeah, no, I can't do it. Can't do it. Mm-mm.
The only thing I want to do is shave his head. He makes me sick. He thinks he's got gorgeous hair.
Seriously,
know.
it's ugly. It's ugly like mine's ugly. I have that same hair, and you just need to quit. You need to just cut it and quit playing like it's pretty. Just saying. And their cars that they drive, have you noticed? They drive some
Yeah.
pretty expensive vehicles.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And they've got that one almost $1 million piece of property sitting there to build on.
that they hadn't done nothing except for play in that pond.
Yeah.
That was nuts. Mm-mm.
And the one that Robin is such a jerk. I was like, okay, she come from a divorced family, single mother of 2, living in a little apartment, but all of a sudden, now that she's had 4 more kids or whatever, she
Yep.
has to have, every child has to have their own bedroom, and he and I have to have our bedroom. So I cannot live without 7 or 8 bedrooms.
Yeah, she's kind of wackadoodle.
Wait, who
And
is
how
this?
did
Who are you
this
talking
is
about?
the sister wives?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And he
yeah.
divorces
I don't want
Mary so that he can marry her so he can adopt her kids.
Yeah.
It's like,
No.
okay. So how,
He,
and then
that,
you wanna
that, that
know-
really didn't have to happen because I don't think that their dad would have cared. They would have signed him over. He would have signed him over.
she could have just legally changed their last name.
Yeah.
None of those other
yes.
kids are adopted. I mean, think about it. No,
He
none
just
of
wanted
those
to get
other-
rid of Mary. He was tired of Mary.
That's what I think. And then they want to ask why, well, Mary, why are you so pissed off? Well, I don't know. Let's look at this realistically. You know,
Lord.
I mean, because none of the other children have his last name, do they? Well, they have his last name, but that's because they changed their last names. But legally, he may be their father, but I mean, it's not like an adoption
They're
thing.
illegitimate.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say that without saying it, but I'm so glad you did. They're bastards. They're little
Well, they're just
bastards.
illegitimate. You know, that's just the way it is. But it's no bad thing. It's just, you know,
No, it's
and
just
you
they're
ought
not
to think
legal
about
married.
that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm one of those people to each your own. Do it, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't. If my husband came home and said, "Babe, we're going to have to get another wife," I'd be like, "I'm out. Gotta go." And it's not a religious thing. It's I cannot share his pee-pee. I can't. It's mine. It belongs to me. If you ever leave, you can just leave it on the counter in the kitchen. Just set it right there and you can go.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I watched some of the Housewives. What's that? The little lawyer, the little old man, and Erica.
Yes. They are scandalous, huh?
Oh,
Y'all, now this is drama. Y'all want drama? This is drama.
yeah. He's broke as a joke, and he's that private jet, and she has the best of everything. And I'm like,
$40,000 a month to keep her up and bling.
yeah. And he doesn't have any money now. They said he is literally broke.
Yeah. Had to do with insurance or something. Wait. What, Ems?
What had to do with insurance?
I don't know.
A plane crash, and he represented the families, and supposedly he was scamming money off of the settlements.
Well, y'all know who he is, right? You remember Aaron Brockovich?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's him. That's him. That's the lawyer.
Yeah.
Ah,
That she worked for.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
So he's a personal injury attorney, but when you say that, he's not like an ambulance chaser. He's on a big scale. He did the Vioxx thing. When he'd sue somebody, it's billions. But what he did was they'd settle out of court, and instead of paying his clients, he'd just keep the money, or he'd take some of it and pay it toward the last lawsuit that he won. Because he's he's putting the bill up front. Now I will give him that, and that's how attorneys work. So
And
you go
so the adoption, if I remember correctly.
Oh, with insurance, it could have been. It could have been. You may have a point there, but they'll pay it. They pay everything up front, and then when you settle or you win the case, then you get reimbursed from that, right? But you have to give the client what's due to them because you're only going to take a third of it, right? But they got in. It was almost like a Ponzi thing where they were
Only.
paying the last one they won. They'd have to win another one to pay the last one because they'd taken all the money. So now Erica's like, dude, I'm out. Why? Because you think they're coming after your money? Because they are.
I think that's
Sure,
it.
they're married. Now all of a sudden she don't love him. Okay.
I think she's seen it coming and she tried to get out before it happened, but she didn't get out quick enough.
Yep. Do you watch Emily D. Baker?
No.
Oh, girl.
Yeah,
You
she
too.
does a good job covering it all, breaking down the lawsuit and everything.
She's awesome. Now
I
she's
love her.
a little bit non-conservative. I will say that.
And she
there's
likes the
sometimes,
cursey words.
yeah, she does love the cursey words, which I don't have a problem with. I do have a problem with the thing that, she's kind of on the opposite side of my politics. But I just kind of hum my way through that until she gets to the good part in the lawsuits, which I love. She's been covering the Without a Crystal Ball stuff, and now the Girardi stuff. It's getting good. She had to go answer her husband, I bet.
Maybe.
Because he's been trying to call her.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes, and check on her. She better go call him. Bad girl.
I love that she came up on panel.
Me too.
Yeah.
B, I'm
I
glad
really
you're
like
up
that.
here with your
I
boobs.
really like Joy. Joy goes everywhere. she's like a whiskey whispers. She goes everywhere.
Yes.
She's fast.
Did you tell him we said hi?
Did you dump us?
Yeah, I just told him, I said, I'm busy. I'll get back.
Leave me alone. I'm busy.
They had to get him out.
My husband will call me and he'll say, because I'll try to get him off real quick, and he goes, "Are you live?
Yeah.
Are you live? Are you doing a live stream?" Yeah.
If mine would have
that's
called
right.
me, I would have said, honest to God, I'm getting oral pleasure from 3 other women. I've got to let you go. And it's true. We're all talking, aren't we? Well,
Yeah.
this is oral pleasure, is it not?
I don't know if any of you are like this, but I used to go, I used to have friends and go out for coffee and stuff. But since, all this COVID and stuff, I mean, this is my social life. Really, seriously, I do not go anywhere. Seriously, I don't go anywhere. This is where I get
There's
human
nowhere
contact.
to go.
No, but you just can't meet someone up for coffee or have lunch with some, you know what I mean, like with a girlfriend or whatever. Not even with family, you can't do it. So this is basically a social outlet for me.
Well, apparently Jesus wants us to go big, because breaking news, y'all, no one won the Mega Millions. It is now $750 million.
That's a lot of money.
Do you know how close to $1 billion that is?
My husband bought a bunch of tickets last night.
And the Powerball is 550 million.
Yeah.
Texas
We need
Lotto
to
is 5
win this.
million. Huh?
We need to win this.
I know, so we can start on our
Do you
compound.
think people would be nicer to us if we won,
Are you kidding me?
if we won
Maybe
the
you gave
lottery?
them shared, maybe. Do you know what happened, guys? I laughed at Christmas time. We were sitting in here, and my son, I asked him, I said, son, I said, somebody won the lottery. And I said, you know what? It makes me mad because I almost bought a lottery ticket. Something told me to, and I didn't. And I said, I was coming to your house, and I was going to stop at the little market, which is what they call a place called Walter Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, they said on the TV that the ticket was sold
From Walter Hill.
in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Shut
And
your
I
mouth.
said, no, I'm serious. And I said, I was thinking, darn, I said, I hope you bought a ticket. And he looked at me. He said, you're kidding me, Mom. I said, no. And I said, and they said it was sold at this market right there next to your house.
Shut up.
Wow.
I'm serious. And he said, Mama, and his girlfriend was like, where's it at? Where's it at? He said,
Right.
I just said, Mama, you're pulling my leg. I said, no, I'm serious. It was on the news. And here is his girlfriend, Googling it. And he said, no, it's true. It's true. And I said, yeah. And I said, I thought of you since I didn't get the ticket. I was thinking, oh, I hope he bought a ticket. Oh, we're rich. And I was sitting there looking at him just as serious. And he said, oh my God. He said, I bought a ticket. I said, well, nobody's claimed it yet. I said, that's odd. I said, it's been 2 weeks. Nobody's claimed it. And he said, and she said, where is it? Where is it? You probably have the winning one. He said, I cleaned the SUV out and I probably threw it away.
Oh
Oh
shit.
my gosh.
And she said, "Are you effing kidding me?" And he said, "Well, we can go back to where he said, no." He said, "If that little MF shows up on TV with the lottery ticket, I'm going to kill him because it was mine."
It was my ticket.
But it's true. He said that, yeah, and nobody ever claimed it. And I said, "Oh my God." And he looked at her and he said, "Or did I?" And I just I'm getting my affairs in order.
What would you do? What would you do if you won $750 million?
Anything I wanted.
Right?
Yes.
I would probably buy my family members that don't have homes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and make sure they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's and I would love to be able to open a big place for the homeless here because there's no place for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our Salvation Army here only houses 24 people,
Dang.
Wow.
and we have a huge homeless population.
Yeah.
Would
Would you donate to a foundation or would you start your own?
I do my own because I don't trust the foundation.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I don't know
We,
who all is getting
I
money.
took food, water, stuff that like that they could eat, that they didn't have to cook, or that wouldn't spoil.
Yeah.
All summer and on into the winter. And then I took stuff to like coats and clothes and to the tent city here. And it's so sad. And
Yeah.
I bought a case of the little mask and gave them. But it is astonishing to me that these people are just, it's sad.
I follow a channel on here, and she's not homeless anymore. But when they first went to her, when they first interviewed her, she was homeless, and she lived in a tent under a bridge, and it was so sad to me.
Yeah.
Like, and she still had her self-respect. You know what I mean? Like, she was actually embarrassed because she had dirty dishes in a big pot
Oh.
underneath there, and she goes, "Well, it's just like any other place. You get embarrassed if people are going to be filming you and you don't have your." She had a little trickle of water coming down there, but it was freezing cold out, and I mean, she was actually embarrassed because she had dirty dishes.
They don't. People don't talk about what poverty does
Ah,
to your
Well, the
mental
section-
well-being.
Section 8 here, they said, has a backlog of like 8 to 10 years.
God.
And around here, you have to make, if the cheapest, yuckiest place here is like $1,200 a month for
Cheap.
an apartment. And you have to make income 3 times that. So you have
Yeah.
to make $3,600 a month to qualify.
Yep.
How many homeless people can do that?
well, they're not going to be homeless if they got that much. You know what I mean? They can afford a cheap hotel room.
Right. Well, no, the motels here are $1,200 to $1,500, $1,800 a month.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Y'all,
insane.
it's a vicious cycle, and it's something that,
When like legitimately have incomes gone up so significantly that that's warranted? Because I can tell you right now, I have worked for 25 years in the same occupation, and the only time my income ever was elevated was when I was willing to put myself at significant professional risk.
I
So
made
then it
more
would
in
go up.
1982 than most of the people around here do now.
Yeah. And it hasn't changed, has it? And now it's like,
Yeah,
okay.
it's crazy.
That's what I don't understand is I would expect things to be more expensive if people were making better incomes. Like I expect people to make, compared to where I live, like in New York or California or some of the, different bigger cities where the cost of living is significantly higher. I expect their income to be significantly higher. And that usually is the case. But when then you start looking at places where you live, right in your own neighborhood, things are going up, but the income is not. So you've got to get 2 jobs to afford what you 2 years ago were doing just fine handling. It's nuts. I
It was
think
nothing for me back when, my children, when I had my children, and I worked sometimes 60 to 70 hours a week.
uh-huh.
And then when I left Nissan and got into an office job, I was knocking down fantastic money.
Yeah.
And then I became a traveler. I traveled all over the South.
Uh-huh.
And my daughter just now, and with a college degree, is making what I was making back then.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think too, a big part of it, sitting here thinking about it, why has that changed? Well, we've become almost like it's expected you're going to have a people income,
Yeah.
2-person income, that both parents are going to work. And it's like, well, wait a minute. What if they don't? What if the mom wants, or the dad wants to stay home with these
Or even
kids?
it's like, even if it's a single family, though, because I
Right.
finally had to walk away from the marriage because of abuse.
Right.
And just about any job I had, he would get me fired, other than my last one that I had when I divorced him. And I mean, we had, we were that family that had the biggest house in the neighborhood, and we had everything. And
I'll be right back.
it was crazy. And now, I mean, my daughter works and has to support 2 little girls, and she's got her mortgage, and she's got her head on straight. But I don't see how some people do it.
Yeah, it's tough. I was just
It
talking
is.
to Miss D the other day about the last time I was down in LA. I couldn't even believe my eyes. It's like I was in a third world country. The amount of homeless people just living on the streets there. It's really sad.
That is true. Then I read that it was a bad there.
Oh, it's really bad. Like, I mean, just in the last year, I don't go up there that often, but I just couldn't believe it.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it really is.
I forgot the dog's outside.
The
Don't-
richest country in the world, and we have so many people doing without, Americans.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
It's
And
just,
there's people building those little tiny house things but you can only stay in them for 2 years. Because it's hard for them to get, when you're homeless and on the street, it's hard for those people to get a job, because how you apply for a job, how are they going to get in touch with you? You
Yep.
don't have a phone.
Well, a big
Yeah.
part of the problem is drug addiction.
Yeah, a lot of that.
They are severely addicted, and there's resources for them, but they have to get clean, and they choose drugs over
Gotcha.
help a lot of times,
well, a lot of that, though, if you don't have medical insurance, they're not going to deal with you.
Well,
I
the
mean,
state of California,
there was a couple of people that I knew in this place, with these homeless, that have just medical issues, and would go to the emergency room and would actually be turned away
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
they didn't have the cash to pay up front.
Yep.
And they say that's illegal, but I'm telling you right now, it is not. I've seen it done.
Yep. It happens.
But that girl's channel I was telling you about, the one that was homeless, that was so embarrassed because she had dirty dishes. She said a lot of it too is depression, because you just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel.
well,
Right.
that's
She was
another
living
thing
in a
too.
tent with her dog.
There's a lot
So-
of mental illness
Yeah.
as well that contributes to that. So,
Yeah.
but if you,
Yeah.
there's a YouTube channel called The Soft White Underbelly, and this guy interviews people from Skid Row, and every single story, it goes back to their childhood of abuse and neglect. It's just got to stop the cycle. But then
Veterans are the
most of them
highest
have
in
lost their
homelessness.
kids. Yeah.
Veterans are in the highest percentage of homelessness. And I think their percentages for suicide are pretty high too.
I think
We sure are.
sometimes it's maybe just in your DNA too, because we were raised in a very abusive, alcoholic home.
Mhm.
And out of the 12 of us, the boys tend to have the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The girls tend to be very independent, strong-willed. We don't really drink that much. We'll drink socially together, not drugs. We're pretty. We seen it, didn't like it, stayed away from it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the boys tend to like to drink and party. And I know 2 of my brothers, got into drugs,
Mhm.
and but they're off of them now and everything. But they have more of that addictive gene, I guess you could say.
Right.
And the only good thing that come out of all of us, none of us ever abused any of our children. We never we were never mean to our children. We were never abusive like our
Thank
parents
God.
were to us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've noticed. You either succumb to it or you make the decision that you're not going to be like that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, not everyone has the strength to rise above it. It's really sad.
Yeah. It is sad.
It's very sad. When I was watching that girl, like I was literally crying when she was embarrassed about having dirty dishes in a pot that had just slight water trickling down into it. And she was after she goes, it's just like anybody. She said, we're living in tents, but we're like everybody else.
Well,
When
she
we
still
get-
has her pride, you know?
It still has
Right.
dreams and hopes and
Yeah.
just like everybody else.
And she was a
I don't
grandmother.
understand why the government can't. Some of these buildings, they tore down the hospital, a huge hospital, and I just never understood why they couldn't have like turned it into even a temporary shelter
Housing,
to get
yeah.
these people back on their feet. And get them employed, get them, the ones that could. If they couldn't make it, then you know what to do with them. You could get them back out if they
They're
couldn't be
too busy
helped.
giving money to other countries. Like,
That's
yeah.
what I mean. That's what I don't understand it. And I know I'm a bleeding heart to a point, but I also know when to walk away from somebody that doesn't want help or doesn't try to change and help themselves.
Well, a lot of times that's exactly
Right.
what it is. They don't want the help. They're perfectly content with their life. They choose drugs or whatever over.
Well, that's an addiction.
Right.
They need help. It's just like alcohol. People with alcohol and stuff, they need, you've got to
Well,
go
you
in
can't
therapy.
force them help. They have to be ready to accept it.
Yeah.
But when you see like what they don't, it makes you appreciate what you do have. When you see what they don't have, what they're living like on the street, like literally lying down in the
Yeah.
wintertime on a sidewalk, sleeping near a grate to keep warm. I mean, it's heartbreaking. I don't care what. I mean, I know
Well, here,
people say, well, they're addicted and they choose drugs, but I have a heart and I feel bad for them.
here they go to laundromats. They go to laundromats and try to sleep when it's cold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because the only other homeless shelter we had, the lady passed away and they couldn't wait till she passed away. So they shut it down as soon as she passed away. So,
Wow.
like I said, the only place, and they've got like a couple of churches, but there's no places for families or husband wives. They have to separate, and then they have such strict rules as far as you have to be here at a certain time, you have to leave at a certain time, and this and this and this. I mean, it's crazy. And then they put you on a do not touch list if you come in there and you smell. Of course, you're going to smell.
And there is so many churches. Why don't they? Well, of course, you can't take a shower.
Yeah.
Like this
Well,
woman
there's one
was
place here
bathing
that will
herself.
let them come in and shower and get clothes. People donate clothes and they get a fresh change of clothes, take a shower, shave, whatever, and eat 2 meals a day. So I've been taking like toiletries I go to the Dollar Tree and just like load up and then take toiletries and donate them. And then I've been taking, like I said, I've been going through closets still and taking stuff that I think and coats and stuff.
Yeah.
And then and they've got like socks and junk and gloves and hats at the Dollar Tree and just
Yeah.
and so that they at least have something out there. And
That's sweet.
I've just seen there go I, but by the grace of God, I'm telling you, because
Right.
I've seen my brother-in-law have heart problems, and they've had to mortgage their house many times over that has been paid for
Mm-hmm.
over the medical bills.
Yep.
Right.
And there's other people that don't have that kind of luxury to be able to mortgage. And, and that's what I say. It's just, it could be any of us at any time, because you just don't know.
Yeah, you
That's right.
don't.
A lot of people are one tragedy away.
Yeah.
Or one paycheck away from being homeless.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, it's Joanna. But yeah, when you watch it and see how many people, like in any given city, there's here in Pittsburgh, they live under bridges. It's freezing cold out. I don't know how people do it. Like, I complain when it's under 65 in my house. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And we shouldn't, because I'm warm. I have blankets, but we're selfish, I guess.
The other day
I
we
don't
were getting off
understand
the
families. Used to families help families, and I can understand if they're on drugs and stuff, not letting them into the family. But I've
yeah.
actually seen, I know a man and a woman who's a grown daughter lost her place, not to any fault of her own, and then she was homeless and just doing the best she could. And they have a nice 3-bedroom farm house and a farm.
Mhm.
And it's just those two, and 2 extra bedrooms, and they would not let. And she doesn't drink, she doesn't do drugs,
Wow.
and
Sad.
would not let her move home.
That's so sad.
I had a friend. Well, she's my ex's sister. That daughter had a baby and was living in the car. I actually woke up one morning. She was sitting in my driveway with a newborn in the cold. And I went out and I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "I have nowhere to go." I said, "No, come on in." And her own mother.
Wow.
It amazes me.
Wow.
Sad.
I just couldn't. I just don't get it unless they're doing something that is so, like the drugs, drinking, and or violent. Families don't take care of families like they used to.
No, they don't. They
No.
really don't. It's like we had to have the well, we didn't have to, but we did, because I'm me and I'm going to make her whether she wants to or not. I had the discussion with Mom the other day about, my aunt's trying to tell me that she knows for a fact that my mother wants to go to a nursing home when she can't take care of herself.
Come
And I said,
on.
I really don't care what you say, and I really don't care at the end of the day what she says. That's not happening. I've worked there. And
Yep.
and my mother has too, and she is now.
And
And
who would want that for themselves? Come
right.
on.
Well, she told me, she goes, "Well, but I know that I can handle them." I said, "Mother, you say that now,
Yeah.
but you don't know at the time when, if that were where you needed help, when you could not provide for yourself like you always have. You don't know what your mental capacity is going to be and whether or not you actually could do that. So no, the answer is no. I don't. You're not
No.
doing no.
Well, then tell them what the doctor said about your mom.
Oh, he's got this really cute little wall with pictures of his patients that he admires and he wants to be when he grows up. Not that he's, a spring chicken, but her picture's up there, and he said, "Please don't ever quit until you're ready to, or, unless you absolutely have to, because the minute that you do, you're gone.
Yeah.
This is your reason for getting up every day." And not everybody has that. And that's probably the reason why you are the age you are, because you've had something to keep you going, something that fulfilled you and made your life have a better quality.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she's doggedly determined. She's never quitting.
She's 80. She worked at, I won't say the hospital, as a pathologist. Of course, during COVID, they've told her to stay home, and she is biting at the bit to go back. 80 years old now, and she retired from one of the big hospitals in Nashville. The other hospital called her and said, "We'll pay you whatever you want. You can do your schedule. Will you come work for us?" And she said, "Sure, I will."
Oh, wow.
And then during COVID, and I mean, like I said, she's 80. You would not know it. And she even went and took the vaccine, hoping that they would let her come back, because she is ready to get back. And but talking about that, Miss D, my daddy lived with me for 4 years before his Alzheimer's he got to the violent stage.
Right.
And I couldn't see putting him somewhere while he was still of good mind and everything. So he lived with us and did the best, like I said, until he still got really violent. He almost set our place on fire. He broke out windows. When it started getting, his Alzheimer's got so bad, we put him in, but we were there every day. It wasn't where we just left him.
Right.
My one sister went every day. We did his laundry. We did everything for him. We didn't let them. And I had the weekend shift. And they ended up loving him. They called him the sweet man because we kept him with sweets and fruit. And the nurses said, ever since your daddy come, we have gained weight. And they would go in and they knew he had a drawer full of nothing but sweets, candy. And they would go in and they knew they could go in and just get what they wanted.
Yeah.
And but he ended up, if I'd go get him and we'd go get a milkshake, and he'd say, when am I going home?
Yeah.
He wanted to hurry up and get back. And he was allowed to go in and out of that nurse's station, get his coffee, answer that phone, talk. And it was like, and that was his home.
Yeah.
And he called me the redheaded woman.
The redheaded woman.
Yeah.
And they can be, and I treasure my time that I worked in long-term care. It was my favorite place to work just because I think they're wonderful people. And you used to, earlier on in my career, had employees that felt the same way I did. More and more every day now, though, I see that that's not the case.
Yeah.
And, it breaks my heart. And I don't want my mom in a position where she doesn't know, I hate that because I do believe in that system. I do believe in those, and having the background that my sister and I both have is one thing. When you take people who are not in medical and they're trying to care for their parents, that's like a big 2-year-old. Okay. And it is never, let me tell you, it's an unbelievably hard task. And it is not for the faint of heart, and it is not easy. And it can absolutely be life. It pushes you toward the end of your life too, because you're exhausted. You don't have any support 9 times out of 10. Even if you do have siblings that can come in and out of your home and help, there's very little that can be done. You don't certainly have medical support because they're all in long-term care. So I make it sound real easy that we're just going to keep mom at home. If we didn't have the background that we have, I probably would be singing a different tune because I'm
grateful for the hospice nurses that took care of my mom. They were amazing.
Yep.
Not just to my mom, but to our family.
Yeah.
And I hate that, and I'm not discouraging anybody from long-term care or hospice or any of that. Please don't think that I'm saying that, because
the only thing you have to do there is stay on top of them, because I know with my dad, they put him on medication that made him see things, and he become a little violent at the nursing home, and we had to make him change it.
Yeah.
We were there so much. I mean, my sister actually filed a case against a worker because she actually witnessed him slap a patient that was bedridden.
Yep.
And when she went in there after the tech, he said, "What are you? What's it to you?" Said, "You're not related to him." And she said, "That's not the thing. It's that you did it. You were wrong. You don't lay hands on these people."
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
And he filed charges against the guy.
I'm sorry.
It's a Lola alert. Lola alert.
Lola alert. Wow.
Somebody's in her yard.
That's what scares you about, those places.
It does.
Because it just takes one bad apple,
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
just one person to do something like that.
And they
don't pay them. They don't pay them anything. And I have a good friend that they put her grandmother in a nursing home, and she went to work at that nursing home to take care of her grandmother.
Yep.
And she has been there 30 years now. And of course, her grandma's long gone, and they love her there. But she is there. She's got a good heart. She literally takes them presents at Christmas. She made sure that they had gifts. she is just one of those people. And I said, you know that she's a good person, because when somebody goes to work at a nursing home, just because her granny was put in there and to
Yeah.
make sure that she was treated good, that's the kind of heart and kind of person that you need at these places.
Yep. I can't tell you how many times Mom, as a matter of fact, this weekend, she called me for like the third run that I was making for to go get shampoo for the facility, just baby shampoo. And she said, I'm going to have to put you on the payroll. I'm like, yeah, okay. You do that, Mom. Yeah, the employees constantly pull from their own pockets when there's not bread, in the kitchen on the weekends because somebody didn't get the order right. They'll send them, Mom's going to go get me some Kool-Aid. We're going to make Kool-Aid because we don't have anything for them to drink that's sugar-free. So we're going to get, Kool-Aid and we'll do that. It's just hard, and it's not easy for those employees at all either. And, they do see the really rough side of it where there are families who do just kind of dump their loved ones.
Yeah.
And those, they're left to pick up the pieces and hold them when they're crying because they haven't seen their kids and they don't know why they were left there.
Yeah.
That's hard too.
Did you know that Medicare can take the people's homes now?
Yes, ma'am.
Because my ex-mother-in-law, as well as my sister's boyfriend's mother, both of their homes are going to be sold as soon as they pass because they had to go into assisted living.
Yep.
And they're going to lose the family homes.
Yep.
Due to Medicare saying, since they own their home, that they were going to take them and sell them to help go towards some of the offset.
Yeah. And there's been times
my ex-mother-in-law had pension, retirement from General Electric insurance as well as Medicare. So I didn't understand that, but she is losing her home, which is probably a $400,000 home.
Yeah.
That would have went to her children. And then and like I said, my sister's boyfriend's family home.
Mm-hmm.
His mother's 98 years old, and they've already told him that they're going to be taking her home as well.
Yeah. The thing is because they went in together because they have passed laws. It's been, I want to say about a decade ago, where they would only take so much if the other marital partner or what have you was still in the home. But they would still. I mean, they were living on a shoestring because their loved one needed to be in long-term care. Yeah. I'm like, how can you do that? You still got an existing spouse that's independent and on their own. It's just, it breaks your heart. It doesn't make
we tried to tell my husband's mother about that because to go ahead and sign it over because it's got to be done here within 7 years of going into any kind of care.
Mm-hmm.
But she won't listen. And I just think it's a shame because I just, it's so sad.
I wonder how they do that with reverse mortgage. I know, like, if you die, then they get the home. It's like it doesn't even go into a will or anything like that. Yeah. They automatically get it, which I understand. And in some instances, I think that's a great idea. Yeah. I mean, if you don't have anybody to leave it to or whatever, get your money back out of your house. And then when you're gone, they take it and it's just done. But I wonder how they do that. Like if you both had to go in
to assisted living.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't be able to because we didn't even know. I know my daughter told me that when her granny was in the hospital this last time, the financial people come in and had already investigated all of her granny's back financial and said, we know she owns this home and we know this and we know that. And they were really shocked. I mean, they had already dug everything.
Oh, yes, ma'am. They do. They do it while you're still in the hospital.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
there was one older woman that said it was cheaper for her to go on cruises than it was for her to get long-term
insurance.
Going to a long-term a facility.
Oh.
She said I could go on a cruise every 7 days and I can live, get my 3 meals a day, and it will cost me less than what it would cost me to go into a nursing home.
We got a bill from my dad, and they were charging to go in and turn his shower on $1,200 to turn his shower on for him.
Dang.
Good Lord.
Dang.
$1,200.
Where do I sign up?
That's
I tell you.
robbery. Right. Where do I want to be that person that does that job? If I could
My
get half of
sister
that.
raised hell about that. She said that is ridiculous.
It's
And she said,
robbery.
I hate to tell you this, but I know my dad doesn't even like showers, and especially that as many times as you've got it charged.
I know, right? It's like, really? Because
Yeah.
most of them, you have to beg them to get in the shower. It's like, okay. But then they'll say, well, no, he's being showered, 4 days a week.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
They were and they had him charged for laundry care, and she said, no, we do my dad's laundry.
Mm-hmm.
And it was way up there, and we took care of everything. And because they were saying that he owes an extra $10,000 or something this month, and she said, I want an itemized list.
Yeah.
And so it was the craziest stuff.
Good for her. Yeah.
Wow.
And we didn't have to pay anything.
It's like a full-time job to keep on top of it. It really is.
Well, and there's some people that aren't going to question that. You know what I mean? And that's what they're
Right.
counting on. The people that won't question it.
Right.
Well, my ex-mother-in-law, she had when she went into the hospital, and she had to go to after she broke her hip, she had to go into the 6 weeks or whatever. When she went in, guys, she had probably $140,000 in her savings, not counting her checking. And do you know she come out of there with zero money?
Oh, I believe it.
Oh, dang.
I believe it.
Mm. Well, a lot of people think that assisted living is covered by Medicare, Medicaid.
It isn't.
It's not. It's
Well, she
expensive.
had to go.
Some of it
She had
is.
to go for the 6-week therapy to get, how they
Yeah.
make you go.
Yeah, that would be covered.
Yeah,
Right.
but somehow they did the extras and bled every penny of her money.
Well, it's like Carla said when she went in, and I've seen this happen way too many times. She went in for an infection, and they kept her in there a month. And her doctor finally said, as long as you've got good insurance, they're not going to want to let you go.
Yeah.
And, she had to really pull teeth to get them to discharge Carla.
Yeah, I had to get my doctor to sign me out because they kept finding things wrong with me. It wasn't my heart, it was my lungs. If it wasn't this, it wasn't, and nothing was wrong with me. At the end, I was so in my bed so much that I could barely walk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
My
Because the
sister
longer I stayed in there-
went in for a colonoscopy right before Christmas.
Mhm.
She has been sick ever since, y'all. She's lost 40 pounds.
Dang.
They have the first few antibiotics they called her in was $4,000 to $6,000 each.
Good grief.
And then this is what's strange. She has insurance, but as well as Medicare now that she's older.
Mhm.
And then this is what the pharmacist told her. So, that's going to be, the one prescription was $4,000 for this parasite, supposedly
Right.
antibiotic.
Okay.
And so she went to another one, and they called her and they said, oh, it's $5. And she said, what?
Yep.
He said, yes, you've got great insurance, hun. But this other pharmacy, y'all, was going to rip her off because they know she's got money.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, and I learned something. If y'all have to have a colonoscopy, make sure you're first on the list. Do you know why?
Please tell me they're not washing this stuff.
They do a flash sterilization.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
And that comes straight from an RN that works in it.
Wow.
Nasty.
Jesus.
She said, always make sure you're first on the list. And my sister, supposedly after this colonoscopy, y'all, I'm not kidding, she has been deathly sick. And now they're saying, oh, it could be a parasite. So she may have gotten a parasite during that.
Oh my God.
And so, she looks like, it's awful. She hadn't been able to keep food down. It took 2 weeks for her to be able to even keep an egg down. And she went, and at Thanksgiving she was here, and she looked so good, fantastic. And then when I seen her, when we went down there to take care of her, she had dropped a little bit, and then we seen her at Christmas Eve, and then again at New Year's, and she is now like a skeleton.
Oh God.
Good Lord.
And So we're going tomorrow to spend a few days with her and take care of her and love on her a little bit. But and I'm serious. If you guys ever have to go in for colonoscopy, make sure you are number one on the list, because that come from an RN. She said, never, like, you think you don't want to get up that early and let it be forth. She said, no, they flash sterilize them.
That's just so nasty.
That is nasty.
Oh, another reason I'm never getting that done.
Yeah.
Again, that's right.
That's what I say. You go to the doctors and you get sicker
Y'all, I'm just
for
saying,
reasons like this.
we can never say this in front of my husband
Oh,
because he has ulcers and he gets colonoscopies. He's a germaphobe.
well, make sure he goes first always from now on. Make sure.
He'll
make
never
sure he's
go back
first.
in if he ever heard that. He'll be like, no, I ain't going. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I learned so much from these girls because they're RNs and they're at the big hospital, and they were telling us about the
know.
stuff, and then they said about the vaccine, and then this, and we're sitting there, and I love it
What
because
are they saying about the vaccine?
they're not taking it.
Okay.
The only reason why my one sister did, that is a pathologist, is because her kids are very they're the Green Deal. They're those weird people, you know, the New Yorkians is what I call them. The
New Yorkians.
yeah. Well, truthfully, they're from Wisconsin, but they're in New York now, and they are really into the, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Love.
yeah, but they're wealthy, and they want to spread everybody else's wealth but their own.
Right.
But they were really like, they didn't want her to get out of the house. They didn't want her to have guests. But they told her that she really needs to take the vaccine, even though she, being in the medical field, she can't take the, what is that shot you have to have? All the vaccines, she's allergic to them. She's allergic to penicillin. She couldn't take the TB test.
Yes.
She couldn't take She couldn't take that because she's allergic.
Okay.
She's allergic to everything, but yet she took this vaccine, the first part of it so far. And I told her, I said, you're crazy. I said, you're at that age too, to where they want to knock your ass off.
Right.
I said, I said,
We were
God.
talking about it the other day when Sarah Palin was talking about the death panels and everybody laughed at her. And I said back then, I'm like, she ain't joking, and she's not wrong, because just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait whenever they start talking about, and my mother, when she turned 80, they told her, you don't need to have any more mammograms.
Yeah.
And I looked at her and said, and why? Why is that? Isn't it your body, your choice? I mean, if we can base abortion off of that comment, then
They're
why?
trying to get so many people off of the Social Security and off of the disability. My sister, when she died in 2017, and I had a sister die a year ago in December. Both of them were older, and they had cancer, and they weren't treating them for it.
Yep.
My one sister had a DNR, but she was going to change it. She fell and cracked a rib, and they let her die.
Yeah.
Because of the DNR, but she was going to change it.
Yeah.
And that is because I'm sure because she was drawing Social Security.
I'm sure.
And then this sister that died a year ago has had cancer and had beat it. And her husband had died of Agent Orange. And then she had got cancer again. And she kept saying, I don't know why they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. They're not doing anything.
Wow.
And then she, within 2 weeks, she died. I mean, it was so sad, just suddenly right before Christmas last year.
Oh.
And I'm sure it was because obsolete people.
Yeah. Yep. It's just, that was just so shocking to me. That was the first sign that I had that things were really getting weird. And I thought, wow, okay, well, so you get to a certain age and people start determining, and this is why I fight so hard and make such a fuss about single payer health care. It's not about, it's not about a lot of things. What it is about is when you hand over the rights to your medical decisions to a government, any government, that's just not a good idea, because then they start getting to decide what is medically necessary and what isn't, just like they decide who is essential workers and who are not.
Yeah.
Okay. Same difference. So, I thought everybody was crazy when 9/11 happened, and they started saying, listen, don't just arbitrarily hand over your rights. Don't say, yes, you can search this or you can do that or you can spy on me, because we don't want any more terrorism. That's not a good idea. And I'm like, y'all are crazy. I want my government listening into every conversation to make sure that there's never another terrorist attack in this country. I'm regretting the day I ever thought that way.
Well, did you see where they PayPal and the banks have taken Trump's stuff now?
No.
PayPal has barred Trump, and the banks are not dealing with President Trump anymore.
Wow.
Now, and they are saying now something about that all of our information as far as our bank, where we live, our banking, our worth, everything now is on the line. They are trying to get it to where they can get in there and check it and be able to, they're going to want to try to control people by the money situation.
I believe that. Well, because you know what this summer, I go to get a hamburger for me and my husband, drive through, right? COVID, whatever. And on the window, never heard a word about it on the news, not on the radio, not on the television, not on online, not one word. I look up and it's posted in the window that our government is in a coin crisis.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're lying. What is going on? You're freaking lying. There's not been one person on here going on and on about where all the coins went.
Well, my son went in and bought a gallon of milk and it was like $3.23.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave them a $5 bill and they said,
we can't give you change.
Right. He said, you're kidding me. And they said, no. And he said, but I see it right there in the till.
Right. And then they'll say something like, well, you'll need to put it on your card.
That's what they told him. And he said, no. He said, matter of fact, give me it back and you can keep the milk.
That's right. Because they're trying to get everyone used to using it's conditioning,
Right.
guys.
Well, they said now it's getting to where some people are places, and I have seen the signs, we do not accept cash.
Yes.
Around here.
Yeah. And you have to ask why. If you're not.
Yeah, they posted last night that PayPal has dropped President Trump, and a lot of the people that have donate to him or his Republicans and stuff, dropped them. You can't do donations anymore. And that so far, I think 6 banks that have always dealt with President Trump and handles his affairs have dropped him.
Wow. Can you say wrong side of history any louder? What are they thinking? What are they thinking? Are they that scared?
It's scary. It's scary. I'm telling you.
I don't get it. I really don't. I don't.
Ladies, I've got to get ready to go. It has been nice. We do need to do a panel party one night. I'll come in here in my, y'all, and I don't mean any bad, Laura. I love you.
I was out of the room. We'll do a pajama party.
I went and bought a onesie. Remember when Laura, and this was a few years ago, was in that onesie?
Yeah.
I actually have a onesie.
And I'm going to get me a gray wig, and I'm going to do a parody of Laura in my onesie. But it's a snake.
Okay.
It's a snake.
Yeah.
You're so bad.
Oh, it is so cute.
That'll be funny.
You're so funny. Joy, you're a hysterical girl.
I'm glad you came up, Joy.
Huh?
I'm glad Joy came up.
Me
Yeah,
too.
me
I'm glad
too.
you came up too, B. You better
Have fun with you ladies.
Joy.
Y'all are like my adopted sisters.
We are.
Yeah. And I've even got a spirit. I've got a ghost.
She has a ghost. Y'all can compare ghosts.
When I seen you sit on your bed, that freaked me out, Carla.
You should have been on the phone the night I was talking to him.
Oh my God.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we'll have to play that again sometime. But
I just said, you can have the bed. I'll see you later. You want to come to tea?
But for some reason, it did not scare me. It just didn't. I don't know why.
So I'm thinking it may have been Emily hanging out.
Yeah, it wasn't scary. It
I
wasn't
think,
scary.
George may have been in a room bugging her again. He needs to stay out of there. He's such an ass, and quit smoking in the house, you jackass.
Yeah.
She was mad. I think she was mad. Yeah.
Oh,
Joy,
did I tell you guys about my Christmas tree?
tell me.
This was right after New Year's. We always leave, it's supposed to be good luck to leave your lights up through New Year's. And so I had my little naughty tree in my bedroom with all the little naughty ornaments on it. And I have one that is so cute. I had to hide it at Christmas because my grandkids would have went in there and seen the penises. And so I was just watching a live or something, and I noticed the tree was on, and I thought, well, my husband had come in there and turned it on because he knows, I like the lights. And so when he comes to bed, he's laying there and he said, "Do you want to leave this on all night?" I said, "What?" He said, "You got the tree on." I said, "I didn't turn the tree on." He said, "I didn't."
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Yes. And he said, "Oh my God." He said, "I bet it's Keith." He said, "Keith is letting you know that he's here," because Keith loved Christmas, my son.
Uh-huh.
And and I said, "I thought you turned it on while I was watching my live." And he said, "I thought you turned it on. I thought you was going to leave it on all night."
I bet
It was one of those that switches, and it changes different colors. So it was like, he thought, "We're going to watch this all night." But we've had, ever since we set up Keith's memorial, table in here, I know this is morbid, but I had the gun that he used, and it was in a safe. Because when I picked it up from the detectives and everything, we just put it in the safe. And one day we were just sitting in here, and all of a sudden we heard a big crash, and we went, and in the master closet, the safe was open, and the gun was laying on the floor.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
And the safe was on like a shelf, so we didn't understand what happened. But I mean, and the safe was locked.
Yeah.
And it just upset me. So I said, "I think he's trying to tell us that we need to get rid of it," because it had a hair trigger.
Ooh.
And so I told my husband, I said, "Let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't want it anymore." And so he took it to one of his friends who cleaned it up and everything. And he said, and he had told Steve, he said, "I know how you feel about your stepson." He said, "It was in pretty rough shape." He said, "I cleaned it really good." He said, I'll buy it from you if you want me to, or if you want to just keep it in here for y'all." And Steve asked me, and I said, "No, I don't want it back again." I said, because I think that bothered Keith. So
Yeah.
obviously, but so many weird things have happened here. I have found pictures randomly out in front of his table of his brothers and his brother and his sister.
Oh.
All of a sudden just be like laying there or out,
Wow.
and where his ashes are. So I just stuff like that that doesn't freak me out. But the guy, my brother-in-law, touching my toe freaked me out.
Yeah, that would freak me out. When it's your baby, though, it's a whole different ballgame.
When he passed away and I had to wait, on the autopsy and everything, I didn't sleep. I was in such bad shape. I was awful.
Yeah.
But when we got his ashes back, my husband brought them and set them on my nightstand next to me. And I promise you, I went into a sleep like I hadn't slept in years. I had the best sleep, and it was like he was home.
Can I ask you something really, 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 really personal?
Uh-huh.
When you run across people on the internet that, like this just happened recently, with claiming that they've committed suicide or their loved ones say that they have, and it's a way to escape YouTube or whatever, what does that do to you, being a survivor of that?
It's very hard because it changed our lives and you should never joke about it.
Yeah.
And you should never ever use it as an excuse to get away from something that you yourself created.
Yeah.
Because my son went from sending a text to me, Mom, we're bringing your favorite cake for Easter dinner, to 8 hours later shooting himself, putting a gun to his head. Okay.
Yeah.
We fought it for 7 years. He was, but it makes me mad in a way because people don't understand behind of it. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I had tried it before many years ago. And in this past a year ago in November, the depression got me so bad that I literally had the tarp, the chair, and the gun outside ready because I was ready to give up.
Oh, Joy.
But when you lose a child that way, the demons become you.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand. And it's like, and this is what I tell my children. Each one of my children had a third of my heart.
Yeah.
And now I feel like a third of my heart is dark.
Oh, honey. I'm so sorry.
My daughter grieves because they were so close.
Yeah.
And she was pregnant. And she had asked him, give me some ideas for a name. And my son was so weird. He came up with Destiny or Constantine. She said, oh, gee, thanks, Keith. You know?
You weirdo.
But she ended up naming.
Destiny. I like the name Destiny.
Well, that's what I told her. I said, go with Destiny. It's a lot better, believe me. But she ended up naming her.
Constantine, I'm not so crazy about because I watched a movie and that Constantine was the devil. So.
Well, she ended up naming her middle name Constantine.
Oh.
And I said, you crazy. I'd rather have Destiny. But, she's had her own experience because we each got necklaces, all three of us, my son, my daughter, and myself, with some of his ashes in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hers ended up missing, and she ended up finding it in the baby's bedroom.
Oh.
Wow.
In his personal belongings.
Oh my gosh.
Just
Like
to let
he
him know
was letting her know that he was watching over Lily.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Aw.
But I know when Laura did that, I was so mad. I went off on a rant when she was, when they said she was supposedly going to try to do that. And then when this new YouTuber faked his suicide.
Oh, God.
Or when somebody makes fun of Randy's mom.
Yeah.
It makes me so mad because unless you've lived it, you don't know the kind of heartbreak.
The impact it's going to have on people that have been through that. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you
so much to me, because I don't think that we, you focus on that person and not the people around them that are destroyed.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and then you can't get questions answered.
No, because they're not there to answer them.
Right. Even if there's notes left behind or whatever, you still don't know.
The kind of hurt that you're going to cause your family. They're going to be questions. They're going to be grieving. And you're going to maybe put that person, because my daughter came to me and she said, and this was like 6 months ago, she said, Mom, if it wasn't for Lily and Addie, she said, I would kill myself.
Yeah.
She said, I miss him so much. She said, he was my only,
her best friend.
When you're gone, she said, when you're gone, Mom, she said, gosh, she said, he was my own, I depended that we would be going through this together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I don't know what sister I would do, when my mom goes.
The effect it has on the family.
Yeah.
And friends.
Yeah. And I've had 3 other nephews that have committed suicide. So it must be something in the male gene of our family that is like a stressful kind of something. But he was he's always said that he had always said, Mom, this world is awful. People are just awful. And he said, I don't understand.
Right.
But you would never know it by looking at him. I don't have one picture of him without a smile on his face.
Yeah,
And
but that's the
he had over
ones.
350 people come from we had people from Alabama, Georgia, Florida, show up. 350 people.
Wow.
And we had 2 preachers, and then his coaches from back when he was T-ball. I mean, we had so many people, and everybody was just in shock. And then I got emails from people. I had an email from this lady. She said, "You don't know me." She said, "Don't think I'm stalking you." She said, "But I just want you to know that I loved your son." She said, "You raised a good man." Said, "My parents lived there." And said, "Your son kept their car running for free and took care of them since I'm not there and never charged them."
Yeah.
Wow.
And said, "You raised such a good son." And then one of a high school guy that went to high school with my son. My son was a jock. He was an athlete,
Mhm.
and he got a college scholarship on baseball.
Oh,
And
nice.
the guy said, "I loved Keith." Said, "We went to high school together. I was bullied." And said, "Keith is the only one." He said he was the jock, and he told them if they ever laid a hand on me again, they would have to deal with him.
Oh,
He said, "I love Keith to this day." And he said, and he said, he said my last name. He said, "I just want you to know that had it not been for him, I probably I would not be here because I was bullied so bad at first until he saved me."
Wow.
see, and
And
I
it's
hope
not like a disease you can
no.
see. It's in depression it's far reaching.
He
You know,
said he had tried to at first kill himself when he was 9 years old by hanging himself.
oh
Oh
gosh.
my God.
And he said that he always prayed to God to please let him just go to sleep and never wake up. He said,
Mm.
"Mom," he said, "I had everything." He said, "We had everything." He said, "We had a good life." He said, "Everything." He said, "But my heart just never was happy."
Yeah.
Wow.
And the sad thing is, like you were saying, always had a smile.
Yes.
Those are the precious ones that you have no idea what's going on in their heart.
Yeah.
They're
We
always
were
like,
coming home. We were
oh,
going home one day after he got out of college,
mhm,
and we were just going by this little duplex, and there was this older couple, and they were struggling. And he said, "Mom," and I didn't see it. He said, Mom, wait, back up." So I backed up, and he jumped, sprinted. And so I parked real quick and went over there, and it was an elderly man. I bet he was 80 if he was a day,
mm,
trying to get his wife from the car into this little duplex. She had just got out of the hospital,
mhm,
and he was like, he was real skinny, and she was a pretty good sized woman, but
uh-huh.
her legs were all bandaged up and they had busted open.
Oh,
And he was trying to get her up a couple of steps to get into the house. Keith literally picked this woman up, took her in. She had an accident during all of this.
uh-huh.
And he went in and helped that little man get everything situated and didn't know them from Adam.
What a
Mm,
kind soul.
mm,
You
mm.
know, he
Wow.
was just that way, and he would argue with all his friends that they were pretty wealthy and they would raise rent on their people, and be joking about it and making fun. And he said, "Y'all shouldn't do that." He said, "These people are barely making your rent now and you're sitting here going up." He said, "Why?" They
Yeah,
said, "Because we can." He said, "Y'all are sorry." He said, "Y'all are
yeah,
millionaires. You don't need the money." He said, "These people are struggling."
yeah.
And what I just don't,
You think
to
he
me,
was
the world lost a good person. You know what I mean?
Yes.
he had a sensitive soul, and
Pretty
I
sensitive.
think yeah.
And there's a lot on here. So I hope people are listening because, like you said, the world is mean, Mom. You know, we need to be nicer.
Well, his grandma misses him. That's the one they're going to, she says if Keith were here, he would go and get her and take her to church. He would take her to her doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
And she said if Keith, and take care of her house for her and her lawn and her garden, whatever she wanted. And she kept saying, if Keith were here, he would help me. He would take care of me. Keith would not let this happen.
Yeah.
I could depend on. I miss Keith so much.
Yeah.
And that was just him. And people that even are thinking about this, it gets better. I promise you. You are dark. Like I said, a year ago, I was there.
Yeah.
And my husband came in and held me. I didn't get out of bed for 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Oh
And
my God.
he held me and just said, it's going to be okay. We'll get through this. And all we did, we just, he would talk and I would just, but it does get better. You get dark, but you get better. And you've got to always think of that person that you're going to leave behind.
Yes.
Because it's going to hurt
Yeah.
them so bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's repercussions from every little stone that you drop in the water.
That's true.
And
That's
I've seen
good.
videos of people that have tried to commit suicide and then come back. And I've heard them say, I'm so glad I came back, and got help, because I didn't realize what I would be doing to my family
Yeah.
if I had gone through with it. And I mean, it's so true. Like nothing can't be resolved I'm going through therapy now. I go through bouts of depression and stuff like that.
It's really
And
hard for me, to be honest. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's all because of you. It's serious. I mean, it is serious. There are days, and there were days when I would go to bed at night, like you said, and just say, I just hope I don't wake up in the morning. And that was mostly like when I was with my ex-husband. It was just, I could not see the light. I could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. Would I have gone out and done anything? No. But I just was at the lowest point where I did not want to come out of whatever depression I was going through. And it happened. But, I went on to live a better life. So.
Well, I had to go on some medication because, I have to, because like I said, someone told me at church that, and they told my husband, they said, you won't be able to help her because you've not been through it. He lost his daughter to suicide. And he said, my wife can't help me, but all you can do is make sure you're there, let her talk, but you're not going to be able to help her because unless you go through it, you won't understand, but don't give up on her.
Right. That's the thing. Don't give up on her.
Right. And he doesn't. My husband knows, and and it hurts him to talk about my son because they were so close.
Yeah.
But he tells me, he'll say, if you need to talk to me, we'll talk about it. He said, we can talk about him. He said, but I just can't talk about him with everybody. He said, because I miss him.
Yeah. Oh,
And I said, and so we just, and they would, and I didn't even know it. They were talking during the day, and my son would come over on Friday because he was single and had no children or anything. And he would spend the weekend with us. And sometimes he would come over during the day, and he and my husband, I would make meatloaf, and my son loved my meatloaf. So I would say, well, just take it on. We don't eat leftovers. Well, then one day my husband come home. He said, I'd like some of that meatloaf. And I said, ooh. Keith cooking it, And so when Keith come over that weekend, he said, son, we're going to have a talk, don't take my meatloaf. And at first, Keith thought he was serious, and then he started laughing. He said, no. And then, so it got to be a joke between them. Just leave me one piece of meatloaf, son, But he would come over and just pile up and stuff and take food home, or he'd come and spend the weekend. And that's what I said about that Friday night. Something told me to call Keith and say to come on and spend the weekend with us. But I had asked him a couple of times before, and he had been in like a depression, and he had said, I don't really feel like it, Mom. but I didn't call him. So, and I regret it because, like I said, 8.5 hours later, I got the phone call.
Yeah. And I
And
know you'll always regret it, but like we've said so many times, just in our little group, everything happens for a reason. Everything. I believe that like I know my own name, and you don't understand it now, but then later on down the road, and you'll always have that though. I know, that the woulda, shoulda, coulda
yeah.
thing.
And I
But
wished I would have went in. I would have wished I would have demanded to go in to see him. They wouldn't let me in. So
yeah,
the last time I seen him, he was in a body bag,
yeah,
and I wished I'd have made him.
yeah, yep. So that you can have that instead of that memory. Yeah.
Of course,
I'm
we did have a
sorry.
memorial. We had a memorial in a casket and everything before we had him cremated, so
Uh-huh.
everybody could see him.
Yeah.
And I had this, and he broke my heart. And I told him, I had a talk with him, and I told him, you just broke your mother's heart. And I had this huge heart made broken
Oh,
and put it in there with him in his casket. And you broke my heart, son. And
Yeah.
and we let people bring mementos. I could not believe how many people brought sentimental things that they had from him, or that back, and his old girlfriend brought like their ornaments on their tree.
oh,
And they asked me if they could put him in there with him, and then they ended up getting cremated with him. All the mementos. His coach brought his ball from a tournament they had won.
Wow.
So sorry.
so that's the impact. That is the impact.
That's what I put in my, like, the impact that suicide has on the family.
Because I know I've never experienced suicide in my family. Thank God. I've experienced a lot of death, just natural death or whatever. But I know that I used to always, back in the AOL days, because I'm old, right?
I remember that.
Back in the AOL days, there would be people that would get on and it was clearly for sympathy, and start this whole diatribe about how they were going to off themselves or whatever they would say.
Right.
And I would just get furious. Like, how dare you say that when there's people you don't even know reading this that have lived through it. It's not even, and it's not like they were joking. It was like they were doing it, to get attention. And it just used to make me so mad. And that's why I was asking, and thank you so much for sharing that, because I don't think people talk about that enough. And it does happen a lot more than
the people they leave behind are the people that end up suffering.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell everybody. Keith's demons became mine.
Yeah.
Because I have become so depressed and
dark.
Dark, yes. I've got a picture, and it used to be my avatar, and it is of an angel. And on one side, she is the white, the pure. It's got the white swan, and on the other, it is flames, dark, and it's got the black swan. So it's both sides, and it's above his ashes. And that's how I look at what he was and what it's made me.
Yeah.
You have this good side, but you're also fighting that bad side.
Yeah.
But for anybody that's thinking that life would be better without them in this world,
it's not
let
true.
me tell you, it's not true, because you leave behind people that then you're triggering a reaction that you're affecting so many other people's lives. And believe me, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. I don't think that there's anything on this planet, my sister, my husband, my kids, any of my family, I don't think there's anything that they could do that could hurt me more than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could live through anything as long as they're still here, but, and then to see people just so flippantly say,
use that.
Just fake it and, play like, no, don't, please don't do that.
No. Because that's how it impacts the people that you leave behind.
Yes.
Or faked leaving behind.
Yeah.
Which was, to me, it's inexcusable.
And honestly, this was about the situation with the Magoo guy and I don't even know the guy. I never saw anything he ever
Yeah.
did. It just, I got kind of caught up in that, flipping through.
That should be
different
against the
channels.
law.
Huh?
That should be against the law. And if you're that bad, just get off of YouTube and change your name or do something else.
Well, they couldn't
Right.
give a viable explanation of why they did it. Oh, we had to do this. We had to do. No, you did not have to. All you have to do is log off. Boo-boo.
Yeah. Log off, boo boo.
You don't have to leave your friends mourning for you.
Well, he made one of his friends suicidal by thinking
Yeah.
that his friend had actually done that.
Yeah.
Yes, they affect you can affect other people's lives by making them think the same thing. You just don't know.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I just, and I listened to his friend, the one friend, when they did the live, and I can't remember his name, but just a really robust guy,
Yeah.
really a hard guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, just beat the crap out of his desk because he was just so hurt.
Angry. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, do you even acknowledge what your friend is feeling?
I
Do
don't
you
think
get
so.
it?
I really don't.
I don't think he did either.
I don't think so. It was a very weak apology as far as I was concerned, because you destroyed some people.
Yeah.
They really seriously were destroyed by what you did. And,
Just for views.
Yeah.
for views.
I think truthfully it was for notoriety that
I
he
do
wanted. I really do.
I do too. I think if he really, really, really wanted to leave YouTube, he would have never come back and done that live. He would have
Right.
said, he would have contacted them privately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it. I want to go away. Sorry if I hurt you. Bye. But not come back and jump on a panel.
Yeah.
And it's not the first time it's happened on here.
And I'm
It's
not talking
happened
ugly about the
multiple
ones
times.
that provided him that platform, because I know they needed it. Okay. I know that that's what their hearts wanted, was to be able to say those things to him in front of everyone and confront him, and to get some release and some closure from that. I don't blame them at all. I'm talking about him. I think
Yeah.
you're exactly right. I think he wanted the attention from that, and that's why he did it.
Yeah.
Because he could have done a private StreamYard and let those friends,
And not only that, I mean, not only were they mourning him, but they were so upset for his girlfriend, the one that was left behind, and to
Who
have faked
Yeah.
that, and her, taking all this attention, people giving her sympathies. I mean, it was ugly.
Right.
And
And
it's
they're
just
they're
ugly.
reaching out to her desperately, saying, please let us help. What can we do? I'm just going to go have myself locked away, and lying about
Yeah.
it. It's like, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I just, we got some depraved people in our society, y'all. Just saying. I don't get it. I can't make any sense of it.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for it,
No,
because all you had to do was just go
just go away.
away. So there is no excuse. And then there's people like Joy, who has really experienced loss, and I mean, who knows what that would trigger in her. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And that's the people that I feel for. We don't know people's lives and how many people have gone through, losses in their own lives. So stop it. People. Stop using that for YouTube fodder.
Right.
As a weapon.
Right.
Yeah, and that is a big lesson.
I mean, if you got to go, we get it. You got to go. Say you're going and go.
Until you truthfully have experienced it and lost somebody close to you, you don't realize.
No.
No.
Like I said, I had a couple of nephews that killed themselves, but even closer to home is when you lose,
Your own.
Your child.
How old was your son, Joy?
34.
Mm.
Oh my God.
But what breaks my heart the most is he's such a kind man.
Yes.
Yeah.
You done good. You did do good. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes this world is too much to handle if you've got a sensitive soul. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I always said. He just, and he tended, I remember it when we used to go to shut-ins at Christmas, you take your care baskets.
Uh-huh.
And he
Uh-huh.
was like 8 years old, and we went into this one house, and they told us to go back to this room, and it was awful. It was cold, dark. The roof was leaking, and there was this huge pile of blankets, and this little old woman was underneath all these blankets.
Mm.
And it was so pitiful. And we were trying to sing, your Christmas things and giving her stuff. And I looked down, and Keith is crying.
Oh.
He is literally just crying. And so it's, and when you're singing and you can see your breath, that's how cold it was in this room. But yet the other family members out there was in a warm, toasty house, and they had her in this dank, wet, roof leaking.
Yeah.
Awful. And I bet if she was a day, she may have been in her 70s.
Mm.
And so when we go to get in the van to leave, he looks at me. He says, "Mom," he said, "will you please tell Santa to not bring me anything and take that woman some stuff warm, because she needs stuff more than I do."
Aw.
And the world missed out.
Making me want to cry.
Oh, I
And
know.
that is how I knew that he was so sensitive. And now my other son, it would have been, no, I'll take Keith's as well as mine. That's how different they are. And but he couldn't even sing because he was crying. And then when he got out there and he told me, he said, "Can you tell Santa I don't need anything, but take her something warm."
Aw. What a sweetheart.
Well, the next time you talk to him, tell him I'm pissed off at him too, because we need more like him now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure do.
I get it. I get his hurt. I get his fight. I get his pain. But dang, I wish he would have stayed around, because we sure
He'd have
do.
made somebody a good husband.
And
Because I
daddy.
taught my
Well,
children.
he would have made a difference. He would
Yeah.
have made a difference.
Yeah.
Because I taught them from the day, he, believe it or not, when he was 12 years old, he had his first car.
Wow.
Wow.
He went to work at a baseball place that, picking up the balls and stuff, and he saved. He collected ball cards. He sold them. And by the time he was 12, he had a car sitting in our backyard waiting on him.
Oh, wow.
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 And, but I taught them how to take care of themselves, to iron, cook, everything by the time, when they were growing up.
Mhm.
And I made them work the farm. I let them go and do tobacco. I made them help the farmers.
Mhm.
They had to help their papa out. We had an 85-acre farm, and they had to get out there and do hard work to see what it was like.
Yeah.
And they loved being with their papa and being on the tractor and getting out in the open.
Yeah.
And I think once he lost his granddaddy, it sort of broke his little heart.
Yeah.
It's hard. Ugh.
He couldn't go to the funeral, and we didn't make him.
Yeah.
It broke his little heart. And so he said, "I can't." And so he wrote him a poem, and I've still got it. I got it in there with his stuff. The poem that he wrote for his papa.
Wow.
And they read it at his eulogy, but we didn't make him. We didn't make him go.
No.
Well, thank you for sharing your son with us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I think we got to know him through you, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what a sweet soul he was.
Yeah.
And that's how you keep him alive, with the stories that you tell and how
Yeah.
he's still alive in your heart.
Well, we
Very
have fundraisers every year in his memory for suicide prevention.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made their cover. And usually my son raises anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 a year.
Oh, nice.
We have a major display thing that gives gifts and stuff as prizes, and we've been doing it ever since Keith passed in his memory.
That's awesome.
I wish you the best, Joy. I hope you never
Yeah.
get to that.
This has been fun. Sorry I
And-
brought you down.
No.
My
I was
fault.
just
I
going to
asked.
say to you.
Oh, I thank you for coming up and thank you for sharing that story, because I think more people need to know, need to hear that from someone that's been through it.
Yeah.
I know it's hard. It was hard for you. It's hard for us to hear it because, he was such a sweet soul, but you're keeping him alive.
Yes.
through your stories. So we're getting to know we're getting the pleasure of knowing a little bit more about.
I'll never forget him.
I won't either.
No.
Yeah.
What a sweet person he was.
But the next time you come up here, we're going to talk about your dirty tree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I need to know where you get your ornaments. Yeah, because I think I'm going to have to do that this next year.
Oh, yeah. The
Have a
candy cane elf. I've got an elf ornament with. Oh, it's so cute.
Is it naughty?
Very. I had to hurry up and put a piece, one of my ribbons over it to make sure that if the grandkids went in there, they couldn't see what was hanging off his thingy.
You're funny.
Oh, I can see our future with our competition dirty trees coming up.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
That would be neat. What do you think?
That would be fun.
I want to make one of those hats that I saw. I do. I'm gonna have to get the
Pattern.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. How are you
Well,
going
it's been fun, ladies.
It has been. You come back again. We never know what we're going to talk about, but we always manage to talk about something. So
That's the fun part of this whole thing.
yeah, that's we never really have a subject.
No.
We kind of just dump around.
Thank
But
you again for sharing your son
It
with
was
us.
very, very, very honored that you shared your son's story with us.
Yes, very much so. Thank you so much.
Are you okay, Joy?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you, guys.
Good.
Thank you, Joy.
Okay.
I'll try to catch you guys in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a
You
good
never
one.
know what time we're going, so it's been
Okay.
kind of all over the place lately. So, but we'll try.
You guys stay safe today.
You
Okay,
too,
bye.
honey. Have a
You
great
too.
day.
Love
All right,
you.
bye-bye. Love y'all.
Love you.
Love you. And I think with that, I'm going to shut down. I'm
Thank
getting
you for
hungry.
having me up, Carla.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you for having me up.
Busty
I'm going to
Magoo.
go Miss B's boobs
Miss
later on.
B's boobs.
Yeah, that's where I'll
I'm
be.
really gonna need. What she needed. I should have changed her name to Miss B's boobs. BBW. Miss B's boobs. Okay, guys, I'm gonna call it a day.
Okay, bye,
All right,
y'all.
love.
Thank
Love
you
y'all.
guys. Love
Good night.
you.